financing up to 60 months. Or drive away in a new 2017 Honda Civic LEX CVT sedan for just $170 per month, or get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months. Lease the 2017 Buick Verano Sport Touring for only $199 per month. And you can lease the new 2017 GMC Terrain SLE1 for just $199 a month. Come on in for all the details. Ronaldo Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
I said where I come from, it's cornbread and chicken where I come from.
Unless the Lord builds a house, its builders labor over it in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincolnton is built on. Key Builders in Lincolnton is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at keypropertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040, or visit their office at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton. Like them on Facebook, too. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincolnton, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Get to the Polaris Spring Sales event and hit the off-road with more money in your pocket. Financing is as low as 2.99% APR, and rebates go up to $2,000 on industry-leading razors, the best-selling Sportsman ATVs, and the undisputed king of the utility, the Polaris Ranger. See Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell off I-85. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina.
Turner Hauser Insurance Group has moved into the new location at 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln, and you're invited to come by. Jamie Hauser can help you with your home, auto, commercial, farm, or life insurance needs. Turner Hauser Insurance Group is here to serve their community and help you protect what matters. Visit the new location, Turner Hauser Insurance Group, 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln, and just look for the big blue awning. Online at turnerhauserins.com. Call 704-732-9577.
Who do you think?
All right, good afternoon. Welcome to high school baseball here on 1050 AM, WLON, KDCBroadcasting.com. My name is Derek Smith. I'm joined, as always, by my partner and friend, Evan Ludwig. And Evan, Lincolnton versus Bandys tonight. Wolves coming off the biggest win in several years, knocking off East Lincoln the other day in fine fashion.
Yeah, and not only did they knock off East Lincoln, that was the first conference loss this year for the Mustangs. And you do it at home, you know, you got your home field advantage. But with Lincolnton, every game basically at this point, especially in conference play, I believe that they have is they have North Lincoln as non-conference during spring break. But pretty much every conference game is a must-win for the Wolves with this situation that they're in. They're 6th in conference, but they're so close with everyone ahead of them from about 3 to where they're at. They're real close with each other, so they got to win every game they can from year on out.
Yeah, about a 3 or 4-way tie for 4th place is where they sit. Tiebreakers, I'm not exactly sure. That would be something to have to take a look at. But a lot of teams in the middle trying to emerge here late in the season, and Lincoln has got a chance to do that based on their schedule going on out. They've already played East Lincoln twice, played West Lincoln twice, and certainly on paper have some winnable games left this season.
Yeah, and you look at this game tonight against Bandys. They're ahead of Bandys right now in the conference as it stands right now. Of course, if Bandys were to win, I think they'd advance over them. But this is a game that Lincolnton won earlier in the year. They were down, I believe, 6-1 at Bandys and then came back and won the game 11-6. So this is a team you've already beaten. You got your biggest win in a long time in baseball, at least till last year's West Lincoln game. And, I mean, this could get yourself on a roll. You got 1 win. Now let's see if you can get on a winning streak and get 2 wins.
I mean, what does this do for their confidence, having beaten East Lincoln the other night? First time in many seasons to do that over the Mustangs.
I think it has a lot to do, especially when you look at the talent on East Lincoln's team. You got guys that are going to be playing at East Carolina, like Alec Burleson. You got a couple other guys that are going to be playing at the college level next year too, that are on the Mustangs team right now. And I mean, the team is so loaded with talent, and they're leading the conference pretty easily by only a game, but they've got a pretty stern hold on the conference lead that, and you give that team the first loss in conference play this year. I think that's going to be a huge confidence booster, but I think a lot of it will tell what happens tonight, if that was a confidence booster or not.
How about the play of PA Masters the other night? Came in 6.1 innings, four-hitter. Really the off-speed stuff kept East Lincoln's hitters off rhythm and out of pace, and certainly he put the ball in play and did what he had to do to get the victory on the mound.
Yeah, he did a great job on the mound with his off-speed pitches, and he also got the job done at the batter's box, getting a sacrifice fly that helped get the rally going in the sixth inning, because they only had a one-run lead heading into that inning, and then they led 6-1 after, and it was thanks to PA Masters who got that first run in. So PA Masters played a big part, and that's why he was our Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, our Abernathy Chevrolet player of the game this past Tuesday, and he did a great job of getting that win for Lincolnton. And now with Robbie Cowie on the mound tonight, we saw he did a good job through 3 innings last week against West Lincoln, and then the wheels came off in the 4th and 5th inning. But if he can pitch like he did in those first 3 innings throughout this whole game today, I think Lincolnton will be in good hands against Bandys.
All right, well, Bandys in Lincolnton, Renata Automall broadcast of the Trojans and Wolves on a cold Friday night. This is the Carolina Trust Bank Press Box pregame show. Back for more in just a moment. High school baseball on 1050 AM, KDCBroadcasting.com, the Ustream app. Back after this.
You are Mr. Big Stuff.
We're community minded. We believe in what we do. We love this town. We live in just like you.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
We're community minded. Just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincoln, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. You're invited to drop by and see our brand new big showroom, now open at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincolnton. Yes, it's big, it's bright, and it's full of great deals on Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMC trucks. Hey, it's truck month. Come in now and get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $5,500 total cash allowance on the 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Come in for all the details at the all-new Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC truck, 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto owner's insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243. For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The family of faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church I'd like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
When you need to find a part at a price that's right, that red and blue sign is just within sight. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Be sure to visit Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincolnton, your local CarQuest distributor.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina.
Crossroads Ford in Shelby is now Classic Ford Lincoln of Shelby. Yes, the name has changed, but the same friendly people you know are still there. Yes, you're invited to the all-new Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. Manager Richard Michaels invites you to come on in. You'll find the best possible deals on your new Ford or Lincoln and check out their pre-owned inventory. For sales, service, and parts from the same people you've come to know and trust, they're still there at the all-new Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby, located at 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
All right, we're back. Welcome back to high school baseball, or not Automall broadcast tonight of the Wolves and the Trojans on KDCBroadcasting.com, the Ustream app, WLON 1050 AM. Derek and Evan here tonight at National Anthem in just a second with the Lincoln High School Chorus. We'll get that live to you in just a moment. But some final thoughts, Smoke, before we get this thing going?
As I said, this is going to be a must-win. Every conference game from here on out is going to be a must-win game for the Wolves. If they want to stay alive in this playoff hunt, because it's going to be tough in this conference.
All right, let's pause. National Anthem is just about to get underway here. The chorus is going to do the anthem tonight as we honor America. And we'll just step aside and let them do their thing live here on KDCBroadcasting.com, 1050 AM. Coming up in just a second.
We're also having a half-and-half raffle during this game. The winner will be announced during the 6th inning. All proceeds will go to the Lincoln County Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society. Remember, your local Relay for Life events, the Lincoln Relay, will take place on Friday, May the 5th at the Lincoln High School football stadium. The Catawba County Relay event will take place on Friday, June the 2nd at the Hickory American Legion Fairgrounds. Our motto here at Lincoln High School is, Wolves are howling for a cure. Thank you for supporting us in this worthy cause. Now the starting lineup for the Bandys Trojans. Batting first, number 5, the designated hitter, Jake Rattery. Batting second, number 4, the catcher, Jared Crow. Batting in the third position, number 11, Elijah Carr, playing third base. Batting in the fourth position, number 9, the first baseman, Andrew Patrick. Batting in the fifth position, number 7, the left fielder, Travis Russell. Batting in the sixth position, number 17, the pitcher, TJ Razor. Batting in the seventh position, number 12, playing right field, Mac Bean. Batting in the eighth position, number 10, the second baseman, Cy Spencer. Batting in the ninth position, number 8, the center fielder, Charlie Starbosky. And number 3, Lance Maxwell, the shortstop. And the rest of the Bandys Trojans, number 1, Trey Hensley, number 2, Ivan Huffman, number 6, Blakely Sigmund, number 15, Alex Force, number 16, Garrett Art. The Trojans are coached by head varsity coach Frank Porter, the assistant coaches Brian Ballard, Alex Keith, and Bradley Russo. Now the starting lineup for the Lincoln Wolves. The center fielder batting first, number 2, Lane Hoover. Batting in the second position, the right fielder, number 3, Vajay Owen. Tonight's pitcher batting in the third position, number 18, Robbie Cowie. Batting in the fourth position, the first baseman, number 6, Landon Gibbons. Batting in the fifth position, playing third base, number 13, Brent Franklin. Batting in the 6th position, playing left field, number 1, Carson Williams. Batting in the 7th position and playing shortstop tonight, number 10, Frank Hatchett. Batting in the 8th position and catching tonight, number 15, Mac Bowden. Batting in the 9th position and playing second base, number 7, P.A. Masters. And the rest of the Lincoln Wolves, number 20, Juice Lozano, number 4, Trevor McCarthy. Number 11, Bryson Roseburg. The Wolves are coached by Cole Sigmund. Now will you please join us in a moment of silence honoring all those who have fought the fight against cancer. Thank you. Would you please stand and honor our country as the national anthem is performed by our own Lincolnton High School seniors.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Who saved us that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow. Fantastic, huh?
Yeah, quite the national anthem to get things started here at Lincolnton High School tonight. Great performance.
Well, you heard the starting lineups, so we will get that out of the way. Defensively for Lincolnton here in the top of the first inning, Cowie on the mound, Bowden behind the plate, Gibbons at first base, P.A. Masters at second, Hatchett at short, Franklin at third, Williams in left, Hoover in center, Odom is in right field, and T.J. Razor, R-A-S-A-R, but pronounced Razor, R-A-Z-O-R, is the way I've got it written down, will be on the hill today for the Bandys Trojans. And we're set to go here in just a second. Appreciate you stopping by. KDCBroadcasting.com, 1050 AM, WLON. Ustream app on your mobile device or tablet computer. Lots of ways to watch tonight's audio and video broadcast. Sponsored by Ronaldo Auto Mall. They make it happen every week, every night out here, and this has been the Carolina Trust Bank Press Box pregame show.
Yeah, I want to thank Jason staying out, bracing the weather out tonight, and he's working the camera, so that's who's working the camera tonight on our Ustream broadcast video-wise. He is beside the Lincolnton dugout, so that's where we have him stationed at tonight. Usually we have him up on the hill, but tonight we got him up beside the Lincolnton press box. It's Lincolnton dugout, excuse me. So nice camera view, camera angle tonight from Jason Sane.
All right, Cowie taking his warm-up pitches. He'll be through in just a second. Nice crowd out here at the ballpark on a chilly Friday night. Weather will be a little bit warmer tomorrow, and I think on into next week for more baseball. 3 games next week, and then I think spring break comes up the following week. They'll play a game Tuesday at Newton Conover. They're going to make up that East Burke game next week on Thursday, a non-conference game that was scheduled for maybe this week and it got rained out, or last week and it got rained out. And then we'll be back here next Friday night. Bunker Hill on Tuesday for Lincolnton, back here Friday against Newton Conover in a week. And then they'll play North Lincoln home and home Monday and Tuesday, an afternoon game during spring break. Keep them fresh over the holiday.
And that'd be a nice challenge against the North Lincoln team that's doing a pretty good job this year.
So the DH, Rattery, right-handed hitter. And we're underway at 7:05 Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. First pitch, a strike in there. 59 degrees at first pitch.
That's sure to take a dip within these next few hours.
0-1 misses. It's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's Cowie's 1-1. He pitched last Friday night. That was his first start of the season. He'd had some appearances in relief prior to last Friday night at West Lincoln. Count 1-2. It's only second start, technically, of the 2017 season. Here's his pitch. High for a ball. Threw really hard last week, but Dylan Smith kind of bit him middle of the innings so last week and went on to win that game. Smith, of course, accounted for 4 of the 5 RBIs in that 5-0, I believe, West Lincoln victory. 2-2 pitch back out of play, heading up the hill.
Yeah, and before that, Cowie was just setting them up, setting them down. That's what he was doing throughout the first couple of innings against West Lincoln until that Dylan Smith first RBI. I think he got 2 RBIs the first time, 2 RBIs the second time.
Sure did, 2-2.
And that pretty much set Cowie for tonight.
2-2, struck him out. Cowie off to a good start. 1 away for the catcher, Jared Crow.
Yeah, Bandys, they got some unique uniforms here. They got some camouflage on the back. I don't know
sure
if it's
do.
on the
Notice
front.
that, yeah.
It's a nice little look there.
Camo green, no doubt about it. They wear green anyway, but they got some camo green. First pitch of ball.
And Lincolnton in their yellow uniforms.
Jared Crow, the catcher, stands in now with 1 out top of the first inning. Cowie's 1-0 pitch. Ball missed somewhere. Maybe inside, I think.
That looks like a very good pitch there from Cowie.
Sure did.
I can tell he's got better control. Not a lot of his pitches so far have been really high into strike, as I say that.
There you go,
Jinx him there.
Sailed that one high. 3-0 the count.
But I think this is his first start at home. You know, last week it was his
True.
first start, but it was on the road. This
Good
time
point.
it's at home.
3-0 walked him on 4 straight, and a couple of them were out of the zone by a foot or 2. So 1 out, 1 on for the third baseman, Elijah Carr.
Third baseman, number 11, Elijah Carr.
Tall right-handed hitter.
He rolled in the middle.
Again, left field and center field to some degree fighting that sun at the moment.
It's not as bad as it was Tuesday, because at this point Tuesday, the center fielder was also having to battle it a good bit, but I think we also got started 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah,
on
we did.
Tuesday, so.
That makes a difference. So it should be taken care of. Go down above those stand of trees up by the elementary school in just a moment. But for right now, Carson Williams has got his hand over his eyes trying to shade himself out there in left field.
I can tell you that's a tough thing to do, trying to focus when the sun's in your eyes.
0-1 pitch misses high and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
At this point, if you're Carson, you're just praying that the ball does not get hit towards your way.
So Bandys 3-9 overall, 3-6 in the league. All their wins have come in the league, obviously. 1-1. Strike. 1-2. Lincoln 5-7 overall, 4-5 in league play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cowie's ready. Here's his pitch. Missed high. Count evened up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out, top of the first inning, no score. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Called time. Carr steps out, takes a practice swing, digs back in, and awaits the 2-2 pitch from the right-handed pitcher. But first he'll go to first base and check. Crow back to the bag. So I think now he's ready to deliver. He does. Check swing, foul up against the backstop. Count will stay 2-2.
The Carr's probably mad he tried to do that check swing there because he could have easily been in the full count. That pitch was right at head length there for him. Instead, it's still a 2-2 count.
He went down on the beach and asked the girl from Lincoln to go to prom with him.
2-2, missed high. He's missing high right now, Smoke.
Yeah, that seemed to be a problem in West Lincoln, too. He was missing a lot of his pitches high. Could have gotten guys sent down earlier, but he kind of extended the count because of that.
So payoff pitch, foul, stayed alive, slicing down the right field side, just over the Bandys dugout. Landon Givens tracks it down. What'd he say? I missed that. What'd the umpire say?
I have no idea what he said.
I don't either. I was looking at Langdon. He's still muttering something. All right, well, payoff pitch, we know that for sure.
Yeah.
Here it is, runner going, hit and run was on, foul tipped it, stayed alive. And Crow will go back to first base, and we'll get another 3-2 pitch in just a second. A lot of hoodies and blankets this afternoon, it looks like, down below.
That's what I like to call smart people. They watched the news and saw the weather report, and they decided, hey, if we're going to come out here, we better get bundled up.
3-2 pitch, struck him out. There you go.
Good job, Robert.
Second strikeout, 2 out, brings up the first baseman, Andrew Patrick.
Andrew Patrick, a former North Lincoln Knight, played his first 2 years at North. This is his first year at Bandys. He's a pretty good player out here. Got to be careful with him.
Moved across the line, but those school districts probably adjoin each other, probably just a little bit.
Yeah, North and Bandys, I think, are about 10, 15 minutes apart. Same with Mason.
Popped him up in foul territory. Who's going to get it, Cowie?
Yeah, Cowie.
Yep, sure does. F1 ends the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. No score. Lincoln coming to bat. This is high school baseball on 1050 AM, KDCBroadcasting.com, the Ustream app. Back after this.
The spring clearance event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincolnton. Get $2,000 combined cash allowance or 0% APR financing on select new Chrysler Pacifica models. The all-new Chrysler Pacifica was named the best of 2017. MSRP starting at $28,595. The spring clearance event is underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
You don't pull a mask off that old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers, and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
All right, we're back. Bottom half of the first inning. No score, First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Smoke, it looks like the umpire behind the plate has cut himself.
Yeah, it might have been hit by something, one of the foul balls, because remember at the top of the first inning, we heard the umpire say something to, looks like one of the coaches, maybe Coach Sigmund.
Yeah.
I think we've now figured out what that was. Apparently some cut happened on his thumb or his index finger. Currently you can see on our video that he's getting checked out by the athletic trainer.
Yeah, that would be him over on the right, far right of the camera angle.
Yeah, she looks like she's bandaging him up. I said, it's probably a bad sign. This early in the game, something's already happened to the umpire. Got to feel nervous. Feels like maybe a full moon might be out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough job for $85 a night. I mean, it really is, between the foul balls and what you hear in your head from everybody in the stands and in the bleachers,
Yeah, I mean, that $85, I don't think it's worth it,
Yeah,
and then sometimes you could get hit in places you don't want to get hit at by pitches. So it's a tough job these umpires have, and, you got to give them a debt of gratitude, all the stuff they do for all these schools, just coming out here. They don't have to do it, but they do it, I think, for the love of the game.
Absolutely. I got some friends that are umpires. And 110, is it 110 now, not 85? Doubleheader. Okay, gotcha. All right, Hoover, Odom, and Cowie leading things off. And defensively for Bandys, Crow behind the plate, Patrick at first base, Spencer at second, Maxwell at short, Carr at third, Russell in left, Staborski is in center, Beam is in right field.
Yeah, but Lincolnton's got probably the best leadoff hitter in the county coming up here in Lane Hoover. He's just been great all year. Every time I've seen him, he's made plays.
Batting .485 this season.
Not surprised whatsoever.
Takes a strike, first pitch. 17 total hits for Lane in 2017. And he scored 14 runs.
And that's what you need in your leadoff hitter, is to get that many runs. With still a lot of time left in this season, in terms of lots of games left, that's really, it just shows you how good Lane Hoover is.
That's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's behind TJ Razor, R-A-S-A-R, but pronounced like the utensil you use to shave your whiskers in the morning. That's ball low and away. 2-2 count full. Count even, rather.
And go figure, he's going against Razor right now, the pitcher.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped him up, foul territory. Can the catcher Crow get it? Oh, he does. Just stayed in play.
Yeah, Hoover was way early on that pitch. He's frustrated right now. And he probably could have gotten something good if he was just waited a little bit longer.
F2 brings up Devontae Odom, the right fielder. He's batting .305 this season with 11 hits on the campaign.
Yeah, coming off his last at-bat where he basically sealed the deal for Lincolnton
Sure
against
did.
East Lincoln.
What was it, a
double that
triple
cleared the
double?
Double. It was a double that cleared the bases.
3 RBI double, you're right about that. That was insurance runs they got. Here's the pitch to him. Missed inside high. Count 1-0.
Go 3.
But Tuesday, about as good a game as you can play, anybody really. It certainly came at a good time for Lincoln against a team they haven't had a lot of success against.
In any sport.
In any sport until this year. That's high for a ball. I think Langdon Gibbons' dad said, Langdon pointed out that he'd never beaten East Lincoln in anything until this year. Beat them 3 times in basketball, beat them in football, and then beat them in baseball. That's low for a ball, walked him. A 1-out walk for Odom. Brings up Robbie Cowie. Cowie with 10 hits this season.
Now, Bandys got to be careful of Odom. He could be a threat to steal here.
Here's the pitch to Cowie, low for a ball. 1-0. Yeah, I forgot about Devontae Odom's Willie Mays over the shoulder catch out in right center field the other night. We all thought it was over his head. Lo and behold, he snagged it. Here's a strike at the knees. Evens things up at 1 apiece. That was probably the defensive play of the year, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, unless something happens.
Oh, gets by the first baseman. Odom down to second, may take third. He'll stay at second, though.
That was just a poor decision there by Razor. I mean, Odom was already standing on the bag at first, and then he threw it. Andrew Patrick kind of was tangled up there with Odom, and Odom was, kind of in the way because he was on the bag. So just bad decision making there.
So Odom down at second. Here's the pitch. Up against the backstop. Count will go to 1-2.
Monday, I'm going to South Caldwell and South Point Tuesday.
All Cowie needs to do is get it into the outfield here, and he's got to run in the bottom half of this first inning.
Catcher out to talk to him. Crow makes his way out to the hill. So Cowie digs back in, awaits the 1-2 pitch from T.J. Razor with Devasia Odom down at second base. He got aboard on a walk and then an E1 pickoff attempt. Got him down to second on the ball that dribbled by the first baseman, Patrick. That's low. Count even up at 2-2. Langdon Givens stands on deck. Two, stayed alive, tipped it at the plate.
Yeah, it looks like Cowie thought about it, and he's like, oh, this is not a good pitch, but still somehow found a way to make contact with that. Stay alive at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, no score. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Here's the pitch. Popped up in the air, right field. Right fielder going over. Mac Beam makes the play. Odom will not tag up.
That was a nice throw by Beam. That was a laser throw by Beam.
F9, 2 away, brings up the first baseman, Langdon Givens, with 2 outs and a runner on second base.
All right, now you got a runner in scoring position. I know he's at second, but you got to capitalize here on these moments because you never know when you're going to get another runner in scoring position. So Givens got to get a base hit here or something.
Here's the pitch. Ball high.
Looked like an off-speed pitch there from Razor.
Swung on and missed. Count's even up at 1 apiece now. One ball, 1 strike. Langdon at the plate, right-handed hitter. Hitting .310. That's a ball at missed. 2 balls and a strike.
Nice job, Langdon, telling Odom to get back to second base. He thought he was wanting to go to third as the ball got out of Crow's hands a little bit, just went to his left.
Givens, the top RBI producer on the club at 14. That's the same as Burleson and McPeak. How about those numbers? That's a strike, 2-2.
It's a nice class to be in there if you're Langdon Givens.
Absolutely.
McPeak, is that Aaron McPeak?
Tyler McPeak.
Tyler
at 14.
At North Lincoln, yeah. He's
Yep.
already committed to play baseball at Gardner-Webb, too, only a junior. So that's a pretty talented group to be in against 2 guys that are going to play at the next level.
We'll give you the stat leaders as we go along tonight. There's some pretty impressive numbers in the area. 2-2, hit to center field. Center fielder Staborski back it around, makes the out. Ends the Lincolnton first inning. No runs, no hits. There was an error and 1 man left on base. So we completed 1 inning here. No score. Lincolnton and Bandys High School Baseball on 1050 a.m. KDSUBroadcasting.com and the Ustream app. Back after this.
Dine in, carry out, or use their convenient drive-through window at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail. You'll find Northbrook's finest in food. As a matter of fact, the finest food anywhere. And for a special treat, order one of the big bloomin' onions. From barbecue to fish to steaks, hamburgers and hot dogs, they've got it all at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail. Open for breakfast too. And be sure to like them on Facebook for their specials and Sunday lunch menus. And they do catering no matter how big or small. Call Mitchum's Kitchen today, located at the intersection of Highway 27 West and Highway 274 in Vail.
You don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger and you don't mess around with Jim.
Now's the time to head to West End Sales in Vail for some great deals on Coyote, like the Coyote UTV with top and winch starting at $11,900 and get 0% financing. And see the new Coyote 3510 34 horsepower tractor, only $17,900. And the big Coyote RX Series 4-wheel drive tractor with cab and loader starting at $37,000. And see the big line of Big Tex trailers, over 40 in stock, 3.99% financing for 54 months with approved credit. West End Sales, 110 North Highway 18 in Vale, online at westendsales.com.
All right, we're back. Top two at Lincolnton. Russell, Razor, and Beam against Robbie Cowie, who hitless through one inning, walked a man. That's about it. 2 strikeouts. That's a ball low, 1-0. So Matt Stokes of Lincoln Charter, top average hitter this season in the county, 524. 2-0 the count goes to the left fielder, Travis Russell.
Yeah, Lincoln Charter, they just won their basketball state championship, but their baseball team's been, I think, under the radar in Lincoln County for a lot of teams. They've been very talented over the past few years, with the Scoggins in the past couple of years, and, now they've just came off beating Cherville.
2-1 right up the middle for a base hit, a little comebacker that went all the way to center field, and Hoover's got to pick it up.
That was a laser base hit there to get things started, as looks like we've got a courtesy runner now, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So now Razor comes up to the plate.
Pitcher versus pitcher. But Lincoln Charter in the driver's seat to win that conference thanks to their victory over Cherville, snapping a 31-game Ironman winning streak going back to last season, mid-season really.
And to think their only losses for both teams in the conference so far is against each other.
Throw it by the first baseman. E1 will send the courtesy runner down to second, maybe to third. Yes, he will take off to third. All but the bullpen is where the ball goes, and Odom has got to track it down in the corner way down there. Two-base error.
And you can't afford that if you're Lincolnton. You already get a leadoff runner on board if you're Bandys, and then next thing you know, without a pitch being thrown, he's at third base. So that's very dangerous territory the Lincolnton Wolves now find themselves.
So Razor waits the first pitch from his counterpart on the hill, Robbie Cowie. There's a strike at the belt.
Hey, make up for it. Make up for it.
0-1.
Gotta say, Razor and Cowie, both extremely tall guys for this stage being only high school. They look well above 6 feet.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses low, 1-1. Burleson hitting .436, Michelle .435, Kent .429, Pulowski .425. So within 9 points are 4 East Lincoln batters, all above .425.
That's incredible. That shows you why they've been so good this year. Oh, he's got a squeeze.
Stealing home, yeah. Going to probably get him in a pickle. 2-5, tag out.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Hey, good job,
2-5 caught stealing, trying to steal home.
And now you don't have to worry about that run. The squeeze didn't work. Razor couldn't get contact on the ball, and that's a pretty gutsy call when you call a squeeze. And Bandys was trying to take advantage of the situation, and unfortunately they caught with nothing.
1-2-5 stealing home, 1 out. Count 2-0 to Razor. 2-1, strike at the knees, 2-2. West Lincoln's top hitter is Dylan Smith at .409. Brett Urey, .343. Parker Chapman, .326. Smith, of course, had the 4 of the 5 RBIs last week to beat Lincolnton, help beat Lincolnton. 2-2, swung on and missed, down on strike. Strikeout number 3 recorded by Robbie Cowie. 2 out in inning for the right fielder, Mac Beam.
You're talking about the big hitters for West Lincoln. You look at from 1 to 2, with Smith being at over 400, and then you look, the next one's at 340. It shows you that they've been struggling to hit the ball throughout this year, and that's been their weakness, as Coach Chapman said at the start of the year.
Yeah, sure did. Beam swings on and misses, one up around the numbers. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Cowie had some good heat on that throw.
The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, same location, same result. Swings and misses, it's 0-2.
I doubt they'll go on the same spot this next pitch here. But who knows?
Breaking ball misses low.
And I like the idea. You go 2-speed, gas or froze, and then you go with an all-speed pitch, but just couldn't get the placement right there.
1-2. Low for a ball, fastball miss. Count even up at 2 apiece.
I'm calling Carson.
2-2. Struck him out of the knees. Strikeout number 4 for Cowie through 2 innings. And the Trojans are down. No runs, a hit, an error, nobody left on base. We played 1.5 innings, still no score. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. High school baseball, 10:50 a.m. KDCBroadcasting.com with the Ustream app. Back after this.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincolnton, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincolnton Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. Save up to 20% on select Husqvarna zero-turn mowers at Al Lane Kubota of Lincolnton. That's right, select Husqvarna zero-turn mowers are now 20% off. Plus, ask about 0% financing for up to 42 months. There's a big selection to choose from. Save on Husqvarna, Kubota, and Toro. All at Al Lane's Kubota, 3636 East Highway 27 east of Lincolnton. Online at allanemotorsports.com.
Bottom 2, Franklin, Williams, and Hatchett do. Just one Wolf base runner. Odom walked. Stranded on second back in the first inning. So hitters 5, 6, and 7 up against TJ Razor.
Yeah, and Lincolnton pretty lucky to have a still 0-0 after starting off the last inning. They got a leadoff runner, Bandys did, and then the bad throw to first led to the runner getting to third base, and then that runner got caught in the pickle after the failed squeeze attempt by Bandys. So fortunately for Lincolnton, they're still at a 0-0 tie, but it could have easily been a 1-0 lead for Bandys if that squeeze would have worked.
Lefty Franklin, third baseman, awaits the first pitch of the inning. Here it is from Razor. Check swing, didn't mean to, foul.
I don't know. Looking at where the ball was going, it might have been a strike. I'm not sure. But you hate when that happens, when it's an unintentional, and then you still make contact with it.
0-1. Razor's pitch. Swung on and missed up around the numbers. 0-2. Been told might be some grandparents watching and listening today. We appreciate them tuning in. The grandparents, they want to know what's going on too. See their grandchildren play baseball. Swung on and missed, and down on strikes quickly goes Franklin, one away. Strikeout number 1 recorded for TJ Razor. Brings up Carson Williams, the left fielder. Here's a pitch to him. High for a ball. 1-0.
The sun's starting to set here at Lincolnton High School. Easily covered in shade now, the whole place is.
1-0 miss for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. There's a strike at the knees. Battles back. It's in the count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, no score. Bottom of the second inning. Swinging bunt. Can he beat it out? I think he may. Yes, he does. Bunt single, swinging bunt single. Williams aboard with the base hit.
Nice job by Williams to get in contact immediately knowing he's got to go, and he turned on the Jets and got to first base basically with ease without a throw. So shows you Williams has got some speed on those legs. Could be a threat to steal here with one out.
Brings up the shortstop, Frank Hatchett.
Hatchett's been doing a great job the last 2 times I've seen him play as a relief pitcher for Lincolnton. Got the job done Tuesday and did a pretty good job of keeping things at bay for Lincolnton against West Friday.
That's low for a ball. 1-0. We're not an Auto Mall broadcast of the Wolves and the Trojans tonight. Appreciate their title sponsorship of high school sports at ktcbroadcasting.com, WLON 1050 AM. Here's a pitch hit to left field for a base hit. Going to drop in. Carson Williams at second, so 2 men on and out. And here is Mac Bowden, the catcher.
A big opportunity getting. You got 2 straight Eddie's Auto Parts base hits. Now you're starting to get a little rhythm going here, and now Bowden's coming up. Let's see if he can get a rhythm going with 1 out. Of course, the only thing you're worried about here for your Lincolnton is the possibility of a double play. Bowden having to tuck his jersey in.
Big Mac Bowden, the catcher. RBI opportunity here now for him. With the runner on second base and no score, trying to scratch the first across are the Wolves. From the stretch is Razor. Here's his pitch. Breaking ball misses low. 1-0.
And looking on deck, you got P.A. Masters, who got that rally going in the 6th inning Tuesday.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low, gets by the catcher. Runners will advance a base. Be at second and third.
Hey, Mac, right here, baby, right here, Mac.
And you got Williams on third, who, he's the second fastest player, it looks like, on this team besides Hoover.
Yeah.
And if we have another pass ball,
he's going.
Yeah, and I think he'll probably score 9 times out of 10 with that speed he has.
Count 2-0 to Bowden. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. 3-0.
We're ahead.
3 balls and no strikes. Runners on second and third. 1 out. Bottom of the second. No score. Wolves trying to bring one home. 3-0. Strike at the knees. 3-1 the count.
Yeah, but Bandys right now, they can't afford to give up a walk to Bowden because they do have first base empty.
3-1 pitch. Hits it to left field for a base hit. Leans out. 1 run is in.
Get there, Frank, get there.
2 runs are in. RBI single. 2 RBI single. Make it 2-0 Lincolnton. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Wolves on top.
And you know what the best thing about this is for Lincolnton? This isn't the top of your lineup that's doing these base hits here. It's been the bottom of the lineup that's doing it right now. Bowden is your 8 hitter. So great to see the bottom of the lineup doing well as Bowden's going to be taken out for a courtesy runner here as P.A. Masters comes up to the plate.
A runner for the catcher.
Looks like it's number 4.
On the ground, you got to move.
I do not have the card with me.
I believe I'll look it up here.
There's a strike to P.A. Masters, the hero of Tuesday night's upset win over East Lincoln. 6+ innings, 4 hit ball.
I have Trevor McCarthy.
Yeah, that's right.
He's the courtesy runner for Bowden. So they tried to pick him off there.
High for a ball. 1-1. Time called, umpire. All right, we're ready now. Masters is in there. Here's the 1-1 offering. Back out of play. Count 1-2. So Wolves on top. The RBI, 2 RBI single by Bowden, plating Williams, who singled, and Hatchett, who singled. So 3 straight singles for Lincoln here in the second inning. They're on top 2-0. That missed outside for a ball, 2-2.
And unless a double play happens, you will get the top of the lineup with Hoover on deck.
2-2. Ball outside, count full 3-2. So payoff pitch due here to PA Masters, Paul Allen Masters. PA for short. Payoff pitch, is that 4?
I thought it was. I guess maybe what that umpire was saying earlier
now
was.
It's 3-2.
I think maybe
Okay.
PA called time on that first ball.
Yeah, maybe he called time. Maybe that's what happened. All right, here's the 3-2 pitch. Now we think, and he walked him for sure.
Yeah. Well, he gets walked anyway.
Drive the ball right here, Lane. Driving.
Now you got Lane Hoover coming up. So now you're really getting the meat of your lineup here with a 2-0 lead. And you can easily get it to 4-0 with a good base hit here.
Here's Lane Hoover with runners on first and second. Just one out. 2 runs are in. Lincolnton poised for potentially a big inning here. A little comfortable early inning lead against the Bandys Trojans.
And if you think about it, that's what Cowie didn't have last Friday. It was still 0-0 heading into the fourth.
True. So here's Lane, the left-handed hitter. His .485 average, man, that's pretty good.
He's going for a
Bunts
bunt.
it fair down toward the third baseman. Throw, no throw, bases loaded.
That was a good just line drive bunt. It was almost like a small ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman couldn't get to the bag in time, and he couldn't throw it to Hoover. So that was a perfect bunt by Lane Hoover to load the bases up with Odom at the plate, who, of course, had that big bases-clearing hit last Tuesday.
He walked to get on base as the first Wolf base runner back in the first inning. He's got the bases jacked. Just one out. The pitch to him high for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch popped up over top of us, out of play.
Yeah, fortunately for Devashe Odom, that one went out of play. Because if that would have stayed in played out, just would have been an out, and that would have been a costly out at that.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the razor pitch. Took a strike. He's behind 1-2.
Battle up right here.
This is big pitch coming up here for the Wolves.
1-2. In the dirt for a ball. Knocked down by the catcher, Crow. Very well. That could have been trouble otherwise.
Yeah, nice job of keeping it ahead of him.
Count even, 2-2. Bases full. Here's the pitch. Hit up the middle. Second baseman can't come up with a play. A run is in. 3-0.
That was just an array of bounces there. It bounced off the pitcher's mound and then bounced off the second baseman's glove, who's trying to turn 2.
Hitter air.
Now the base is still loaded. You got a 3-run lead, and Robbie Cowie's now coming up to the plate.
E4, a run in, 3-0. Base is still loaded with Robbie Cowie to plate.
And now it looks like Bandy's coach is wanted to talk to Razor here. Understandably so. Kind of shocked he didn't come out earlier.
3 in, 3 on, Smoke. Just 1 out. Lincolnton trying to put a big inning on the board here.
And, you're going for the heart of your lineup right now. Cowie, we've seen what he can do in Legion ball. And, it's not out of the question that he could knock one out of here.
Up by the soccer field up there.
Yeah, possible. And then you got Langdon Givens, who's batted in, gotten 14 RBIs on the year. That's right up there with Burleson and McPeak, 2 of the biggest hitters in Lincoln County. So you got the heart of your lineup here, your biggest power hitters coming up with the bases loaded, and you already got a 3-run lead. This is just what the doctor ordered for Lincolnton to get an early lead.
All right, out to talk to him. Meeting is completed now. And Crow walks back toward the plate. Calvey stands in the batter's box. Umpire dusts it off with his little brush. Everybody back on base. Odom at first. Hoover at second. And that is Masters at third.
Yeah, you got
3 in, 3 on, 1 away.
You got 2 of the 3 fastest players on your team on base right now. So, Odom could go from first to home, and if the right hits
Pitch
right
to Cowie. Third baseman boots the ball. A run is in on the E5, and it's 4-0.
That was a close call for Hoover. He overran third base, and then the shortstop smartly tried to throw him out at third and almost did.
Hey, pick it up right here, 6. Pick it up.
E4, E5.
E5.
Step up and take it out. You're going to throw it early.
It doesn't really matter if it's errors. You're getting runs across. That's all that matters for Lincolnton right now.
So base is still full. Givens at the plate, the 9th man to stand in this inning. First pitch low for a ball.
Yeah, you're right. The guy who started the innings on deck. That is Franklin.
4 in, 3 on, 1 out. Givens at the plate. Flew out to center first time up. Swung on a miss. Big home run cut. Wow.
Yeah, he's trying to get the home run cut. Just needs to get a base hit here. He's got to fall. Keep his eye on the ball. He's jerking his head out there trying to get that home run shot.
Here's the razor pitch. Leaned out up the middle. Shortstop steps on the bag. 1 there at first base. Got him there. The double play. 6 unassisted. 6-3 ends the inning, but the Wolves pick up 4 runs. On 4 hits, there were 2 errors, and they leave 2 men on base. So we've played 2 now. Lincolnton 4, Bandys nothing. Wolves have got the lead. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. This is high school baseball on 1050 AM, KDSCBroadcasting.com, and the Ustream app. Back after this.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
Who do you think you are, Mr.
Jump 3, Wolves lead 4-0. Big inning smoke, bottom half for Lincolnton.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is you get 4 runs, but you could have easily had more, and I think Lincolnton's kind of frustrated about that. But you jump off to a 4-0 lead, and that's a pretty nice cushion, but not the best cushion, but still a pretty good cushion. Just got to keep on playing defense and then get back and get the bats and maybe score some more runs in the later innings.
Spencer, Staborski, Rattery. First pitch to the second baseman, Cy Spencer's a strike from Robbie Cowie. Cowie with 4 Ks through 2 innings. Just 1 hit and a walk. Here's the 0-1. Low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And now he has the cushion. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does with that cushion. First time he's even had an advantage all year as a starting pitcher.
1-1 back out of play up the hill. 1-2 the count. Right-handed hitter, second baseman Cy Spencer. Pitch. Did he go? High? No, he didn't go, says the umpire in the field.
That was definitely a close call for sure.
You're not looking, you can't call it.
Count 2-2 even.
And Cowie's got to lower the pitch, though.
Yep. In the dirt for a ball.
Yeah, lowered it a little too much there. He's just got to find that medium.
Count full 3-2. Payoff pitch. It's on the way. Back out of play. Up the hill. 3-2.
I wouldn't really want to sit up the hill there. There seems like be a lot of foul balls that go up in that area.
I'm with you on that, man. I sit down below in the bleachers when I'm over here for the JV games. 3-2. Oh, missed high, walked him. Leadoff walk for Cy Spencer. Brings up the center fielder, Staborski. Charlie Staborski.
I think he's played a couple other sports for Bandys.
I believe you're right about that.
Seifert Eder might have a couple of siblings with him.
Yeah, you get around to baseball, and you've seen some of these guys at least once or twice sometimes. Bunted it foul. You know, these 2A schools guys have got to play more than one, and sometimes they play all three.
Yeah, I mean, I saw walking around in the crowd earlier today, I think during the JV game, was
Jordan
Easter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a three-sport guy. Sure was.
Yeah, very talented guy that I think Lincolnton dearly misses throughout all three sports, not only for his talent on the field, but his leadership.
Let's go, roll in the middle.
0-1 to Staborski.
Yeah, Bowden told Franklin at third base to kind of come in a little bit, get ready for the bunt.
Back out of play, slicing up the hill now above the Bandys dugout. And it's 0-2.
Guy at first really getting a pretty good lead.
Swung on and missed high and struck him out. Strikeout number 5 through 2 1/3 for Robbie Cowie. Brings up Rattery. He was strikeout victim number 1, the DH. Leadoff hitter. Second time around for the Bandys Trojans.
It's pretty rare you see a designated hitter batting at the one spot.
High for a ball.
Baby, let's go. Finish down.
Still missing high a little bit, Smoke, but you know, heck, he's got 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk, a couple base runners. That's it. 2 walks, hit, 5 strikeouts.
I don't think he's missing getting as high as he was last Friday.
That's popped up to center field. Hoover goes back, puts the hand up, says he's got it, and he does.
Yeah, if you're Cowie, you want a guy like Hoover in center field. I remember last Tuesday he was running all over the place catching fly balls. So definitely the best option out there at center field.
It brings up Crow. Walked in the first inning. 2 are out. 1 is on. Top third, 4-0. Wolves on top. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. 4 locations across the county. Here's the pitch. There's ball missed. Just right there you go.
Yeah, he was a little. Yeah, it looks like the ump's a little delayed on giving the strike signal.
Very deliberate with the call. Here's the 0-1. That missed high for a ball. 1-1. Balk.
I think that was called a balk. Yeah,
sure was. Spencer jogs down to second on the balk.
Take your step.
Didn't come set, apparently.
So that'll make the count 0-1.
Swung on and missed. Big cut. Crow comes up empty, 0-2 with 2 out in the inning. 0-2, hit right back up the middle. Masters backhand throw. Got him.
Yeah.
Whoa, bang, bang play.
Masters got it in just in time.
Top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We played 2.5. It is still Lincolnton 4. Bandys nothing. High school baseball at 10:50 a.m. KDCBroadcasting.com. The Ustream app. Back after this.
This new city just makes me miss home, man.
Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and it's icy cold, just like your mom's.
But I miss home.
Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean?
Or close the fridge, Ryan, and stop letting all the cool air out. Or turn them lights off,
All
Ryan.
right, got it. The sweet tea is just right. But you know I'm going to tell my mom you got jokes.
No, don't.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. the sub of the day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Bottom three, 4-0 Wolves. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Franklin Williams Hatchet. Franklin got that damage going. Although he struck out, he led off that inning in which 9 men came to the plate and 4 runs came across for Lincolnton.
Yeah, and I think if you're Lincolnton, you want to see a little deja vu here and get some more runs in the inning. As Razor had a tough outing in the second inning here. Let's see if he can bounce back as he's still in the game for the Trojans. As the sun really starting to set down here. Starting to see some nice clouds in the distance at Lincolnton High School.
Third baseman, number 13.
Other than the cold weather, it's been a beautiful night for baseball.
There's a ball, first pitch. That's foul. Here's the 1-1. Popped up high. Shortstop says he's got it with the red glove, and it's an out.
Yeah, that ball just didn't really carry that well. I thought maybe it was going to carry a little bit better for Franklin, but right about a second after it was hit, it just seemed to really die down pretty quickly.
Here's Carson Williams. He singled, scored a run, first one across for Lincolnton. First pitch to him was a ball.
Come on, Kay, start us off. Come on now. Get on the bag. Come on now.
There's a strike to him. After 5, West Caldwell 2, Maiden 2.
It's an interesting game there. Maiden could pull off an upset. You know, Lincoln's trying to. Oh, Carson Williams
hit to left field. Left fielder Travis Russell makes the play. 2 down.
Yeah, but Maiden, you know, they're right up there with Lincolnton. Lincoln's in that hodgepodge in the middle.
Here's the deal with Maiden. When O'Brien's on the hill, they're going to have a chance to win any game. When he's not on the hill, not so much.
And then we've seen that with pitchers in the past, like with Hunter Huss a couple years ago. They had a very talented
Andrew
pitcher.
Jordan. Yep.
Yeah, and they were the 32 seed, beat the 1 seed.
Sure did. Beat a Rowan County school, 32 versus a 1. Jordan, at that time, was committed to UNC Charlotte to pitch, and he ended up getting drafted and in the minors somewhere right now. Good quarterback for the Huskies as well. 1-2, swung on and missed. Here is Hatchet, who singled and scored a run back in the second inning.
I mean, so teams like Maine, you just got to realize that they could be a middle-of-the-road team, but that pitcher can carry them depending on how many pitches they have. Now, the interesting thing this year with this postseason is this new strike rule, the pitch count rule, and how it will affect pitchers going into the postseason. I think that'll be interesting to see for sure.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missed high, 2-2 count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Razor's pitch in the dirt for a ball, got away from the catcher. Count will be full 3-2.
Seen quite a few full counts here early on in this ball game.
That's hit to the second baseman over to make the play as Hatchet lines out to end the third inning. Nothing doing. In order go the Wolves. No runs, hits, errors, anybody left on base. We have played 3. Still 4-0 Lincoln in First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. High school baseball. 10:50 a.m. KDCBroadcasting.com with the Ustream app. Back after this.
It's like going on vacation without leaving town at the Glen Oaks Golf Club in Maiden. Sure, there's golf, but there's a whole lot more, like their swimming pool, driving range, picnic shelter, and their new clubhouse, featuring a snack bar and a big banquet room. Great for weddings, receptions, class and family reunions. So for a fun day of golf and much, much more, see Glen Oaks Golf Course. Call 828-428-2451. 828-428-2451. Online at glenoaksgolf.com.
Where I come from, it's cornbread and chicken. Where I come from.
The Chuck Wagon Grill in Lincolnton wants to take this time to wish Trevor Childers of the East Lincoln Mustangs the best of luck during this high school baseball season. Trevor pitches and plays outfield for the Mustangs, and the Chuck Wagon Grill is proud to be a sponsor of high school baseball. And for award-winning food, head to the Chuck Wagon Grill for some great daily lunch and dinner specials. And they do catering for any size event. Just call 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27 east of Lincolnton. Go Mustangs!
Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Star?
And there you see it at KDCBroadcasting.com with the Eaststream app. 4-0. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Lincoln on top. It will be hitters 3, 4, and 5. Carr, Patrick, and Russell against Cowie, who's allowed just 1 hit, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Smoke.
Yeah, been a great start, but as I said early in this broadcast, the 4th inning last week against West Lincoln is where Cowie just started to really struggle. So I want to see what he does this time in the 4th inning against Bandys. And, you know, this time instead of it being 0-0, it's 4-0 in Lincolnton's favor. So it's going to be interesting to see how Cowie can do in this 4th inning here, if he can survive it.
Throw down to second base. Warm-up pitches are complete, and it will be the third baseman Carr, strikeout victim, number 2 of the night by Cowie back in the 1st inning. Elsewhere tonight, West Lincoln at Newton Conover.
That game's probably
Bunker
over.
Hill at East Lincoln. That's a 5 o'clock game, you're right. North Lincoln at Alexander Central. Lincoln Charter at Thomas Jefferson. Maiden at West Caldwell, 2-2 after 5, we've been told. And there's a strike at the numbers, 0-1 from Cowie, the third baseman Carr. Here's the 0-1. There's a strike.
2 very good pitches to start out.
0-2.
Yeah, 2 very good pitches to start out this inning for Cowie.
2-time national champion in one day.
2-2. Hacksawed that one out of play. Stays 0-2. To Elijah Carr, third baseman for the Bandys Trojans.
Actually got a score update from that West Lincoln game. This is pretty big here. West Lincoln falls to Newton Conover 4-3.
Hit down to Masters. Masters throws him out. 4-3. 1 away.
So I think Lincolnton could jump up if they were able to hang on and win. Looking at this with West Lincoln losing to Newton Conover.
So to repeat, Newton Conover 4, West Lincoln 3, a final. Okay. So that drops West Lincoln to 4-6 and 6-8 overall. And then Newton Conover improves to 2-8 and 3-11.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Still in last place.
It's one of those games West Lincoln I think are going to want to have back.
Ooh,
especially.
big time. That's a huge upset.
Yeah, that's a huge upset for Newton.
That's hit to center field. Hoover over toward right on the run. Odom's there, but Hoover makes the play.
Just showing Hoover's speed once again. Those legs move extremely fast, and Hoover's got some great speeds and shown on display yet again.
So Lincoln win here tonight would put them above West Lincoln in the standings. Maybe in 4th place all alone. Back over toward the dugout. Gibbons gives chase, but it's out of play.
And who knows if they can not get ahead of them and not have to worry about a tiebreaker. I mean, this could be the final spot that they're fighting for between West Lincoln. So, and that's the only scary thing about that for Lincolnton is you lost to them both times, so you lose the tiebreaker. And, of course, we still got conference tournament to go through as well. So there's still a lot of baseball to play, but we're getting down to the home stretch here. And it looks like Lincolnton's maybe starting to find their mojo a little bit.
0-1 to Russell. Russell slices it down the right field line. Foul as Odom and Gibbons head out that way toward the bullpen to no avail.
Yeah, Odom, though, he gave it his all. He was running full speed ahead and almost got to that ball.
A lot of foul territory down there, isn't there?
A lot of foul. I think there's actually more foul territory in left field if you look at it. You know, right where Jason Saints set up. You can't really see it until he turns the camera to his left, but I think there might be just a little more as much as there is in right field.
Big ballpark here. Still 0-2 to Travis Russell, single to lead off the second. Tagged out trying to steal home. 0-2, hit to the first baseman. Gibbons snags it. Line out to the first baseman. Gibbons ends the top of the fourth for Bandys. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're halfway home, 3.5 completed. It's still 4-0 Lincoln, and back after this high school baseball. WLON 1050 AM, KDCBroadcasting.com, the Ustream app, back after this.
Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton will brighten your smiles with professional cosmetic dentistry and smile enhancement procedures for everyone. Even Duke fans will smile at the work of this Tar Heel. The office of Dr. John L. Cloninger III is located at 904 Dodger Drive. For an appointment, call 704-735-0765. That's 704-735-0765. And John III says best wishes to all high school athletes.
Maybe a punctuation mark on a career night for Bryce Johnson.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Bottom four in Lincoln. Wolves on top 4-0. First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Here is Evan Lowe. We take the rest of the night to the ball game. Evan, go ahead.
Thank you, Derek. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning here at Lincolnton High School. On the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincolnton leads 4-0 over Bandys. And what could be another big win for the Wolves that could advance them in conference standings if they are able to hang on. Leading things off here is Bowden, the catcher, who got a single, 2 RBI single, that is, in the bottom of the second inning that got things going for the Wolves to get all those 4 runs in that inning. Bowden, the catcher, it's 8-9-1 here, the batting order. First pitch, outside for a ball. Razor still on the mound. Besides that second inning, it's been pretty quiet for Razor. Second pitch down low for a ball, ball 2. It's now 2-0 for Bowden. Bowden getting set up in the batter's box, batting right-handed. That pitch high for a ball. He's in the comfort seat, and hitter's count 3-0. Could get a leadoff walk here if he plays his cards right. Here comes the 3-0. And that one's high for a ball. Yeah, 4 pitches, 4 balls, and that'll lead to a base on balls walk for Bowden to start things off here in the fourth inning. It looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner. Yet again, it's number 4. As P.A. Masters now coming up to the plate for the Wolves. He walked and reached home in his first appearance. I believe he was the last runner to score for Lincolnton in this ball game.
I do not see an East Lincoln score at this moment.
And P.A. Masters attempting a bunt that backs out of it. It's going to be called strike 1 on the first pitch. But, of course, with no outs, trying to advance the runner to second base as Trevor McCarthy is the courtesy runner at first. Razor steps off the bag now, trying to get adjusted back on it. Looking to his catcher, Crow, for the call. Masters in the batter's box. Throw back to first, trying to get McCarthy out, but to no avail. He's safe. Masters gets back in the box. He's in an 0-1 count. Here comes a bunt attempt. He fouls this one out of play. Hits the back of the fence. So now the count is 0-2. We'll probably not see a bunt attempt now from Masters, most likely. But on deck you got leadoff hitter Lane Hoover. Masters gets a good cut, but it's fouled off out of play going up the hill. Still live, 0-2 to count for PA.
Got another final. Highland Tech 4, Bessemer City nothing. Some early games today.
Don't know if maybe that has to do with the cold weather or maybe just the field conditions that we've had because we had a good rainstorm on Wednesday.
Bessemer's got lights. Highland Tech plays at Sims.
Master swings and misses as now you got your courtesy runner slipping and falling. McCarthy slipped and fell about halfway through. And he
missed the bag sliding by about 6 feet.
And so unfortunately he's out. So just like that, you go from no outs to 2 outs for Lincolnton.
He came up short, didn't he?
Yeah, about 5 or 6 feet short.
Wow. Hit the dirt and stopped. Didn't even slide. Just boop.
I mean, that was a series of unfortunate events.
I've never seen anybody do that before. Wow.
Now you got Lane Hoover up with nobody on base and 2 outs. So see if Lane Hoover can maybe
Must have been the friction.
I don't know. Maybe it's a little muddy down there. Hoover looks at that pitch. It's now a 1-1 count for Lane Hoover. Hoover flew out in his first at-bat and got a single in the second.
That'd been a blooper reel somewhere, wouldn't it?
No! Gets a 2-out single here going to right field. It's a nice job by Lane Hoover.
Continues his hot, hitting up around 500 this season, 485 coming into tonight's contest.
And he's now 2 of 3 in the ball game.
That'll move that up a little bit. Close to 500, I would think.
Yeah, for sure. It's now Devashe Odom, who reached on an error both, well, actually the first time he reached on an second time he reached on an error. First time he walked a throw back to first to try to get Hoover out. Not successful. And now pop up to second base for Odom. Second baseman should be able to get under this one, and he does. And that'll end the inning. A very interesting inning to say the least for Lincolnton. As we head into the 5th inning on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, Lincolnton leads this one over Bandys 4-0. You're listening to high school baseball on KTCBroadcasting.com and on WLON 1050 AM. We'll be back right after this.
Yes, you can get approved at Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Come take a look at the 2016 Kia Souls with 0% APR financing up to 60 months. Or drive away in a new 2017 Honda Civic LEX CVT sedan for just $170 per month or get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months. Lease the 2017 Buick Verano Sport Touring for only $199 per month. And you can lease the new 2017 GMC Terrain SLE1 for just $199 a month. Come on in for all the details. Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
I said where I come from, it's cornbread and chicken where I come from.
Unless the Lord builds a house, its builders labor over it in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincolnton is built on. Key Builders in Lincolnton is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at keypropertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040, or visit their office at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton. Like them on Facebook, too.
Back here at Bandys, Lincolnton High School, Bandys trailing Lincolnton on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard 4-0. Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith with you here. Cowie starting the 5th inning for the Wolves as his counterpart on the pitching mound, as that is Razor, gets a first pitch single to left field. So that's a good start there for the Trojans. Let's see if they can get some momentum, Derek.
Trailing by 4 runs here in the 5th inning. Got to get something going. Courtesy run over there for the pitcher, Razor. Number 2's running.
Try to get his name in a moment here. Now coming up to the plate is Beam, who struck out in his first at-plate at-bat. Looks at a pitch. It's outside of the zone. Ball 1. See, number 2 is Evan Huffman. He's a courtesy runner for Razor at first. He's got a pretty big lead. Cowie throws the pitch. Foul tipped by Beam. Evens out the count at 1-1. Cowie so far has had 5 strikeouts in the ball game. And now we got a grounder to the shortstop.
Oh,
gets through.
weird hop.
It hit Hatchett. It looked like in the glove. And it goes over to the right, so that'll be an E6.
It hit the edge of the dirt and the grass and just kind of did a funky little thing. And, he didn't play it real right, but I think the ball kind of took a turn on him and he couldn't come up with it.
That's why you never know where the ball's going to go.
All right, 1-3, you hot.
So that'll be an error.
I thought it was an easy double play ball.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be an easy double play for Hatchett to turn it to corner.
But it hit the lip of the grass and did something he wasn't expecting, and he couldn't come up with it.
Pitch.
Now,
First pitch a strike.
Yeah, for Spencer, second baseman, going 8 here. On deck is number 9 hitter Staborski. And we go to the top of the lineup. Swing and miss yet again by Spencer. And it's an 0-2 count. This will be a big out here for Cowie if he can strike out Spencer on this next pitch.
Bowden out to talk to him. Quick meeting.
Probably trying to keep him calm, I bet.
Just a few words. That was it from Bowden to Cowie. 2 men on. Nobody out. But Cowie trying to stop a rally here with a 4-0 lead in the 5th inning.
That's the first time Cowie's been in any kind of trouble in a little while since the runner reached on third base after that wild throw to try to get the runner out at first in the 2nd inning.
Yeah.
And then he got caught in the pickle with the squeeze not working. And now the count is 1-2 here for Spencer. With a base hit, he could get an RBI here. And a called strike 3.
Struck him out. Wow, nasty looking pitch too.
That's definitely what Cowie needed.
Yeah, sure did. Now there's an out with 2 on.
And you got Staborski coming up, who struck out in his only at-bat so far.
And he's your 9-hitter, isn't he?
Yes, a 9-hitter, and then on deck is the 1-hitter. So Cowie's got to be careful here with the heart of the lineup coming up after Staborski. Now Staborski's signaling for a bunt, and he backs out of it, but it's a strike. Probably going to see Franklin and Langdon Givens try to play up here.
Well, I think you got to play for a run first of all, and then worry about the other 3 later. They've got to bring one across to maybe get some momentum going.
Staborski goes for a bunt. This time he gets it.
Oh, nobody's
First
gonna
base
get
is
to
left uncovered. Now Masters gets to it in time, and the play is made.
Wow.
A 1-4 put out to get the second out of the inning.
Cowie was going to let that one go, thinking somebody else had it. Had to track it down, underhand throw to Masters, who was over there covering brilliantly. That was almost a disaster, Smoke.
Yeah, but thankfully you have P.A. Masters who had the heads-up play. Probably saved from the bases being loaded. But now coming up to the plate is Rattery, the designated hitter who has struck out and flew out to center field in his 2 at-bats.
Runners advance to 2nd and 3rd, but they're 2 away in the inning.
See if Cowie can get out of this jam. First pitch fouled off. 0-1 to count for Rattery.
R-A-T-T-E-E-R-R-E-E. How about that?
I'd like to see that on the Wheel of Fortune.
I'm telling you. A lot of double consonants and vowels in that name.
Another swing. This time it's missed by Rattery. He's now in the hole 0-2. See, Cowie's only 1 strike away from getting out of this jam with runners in scoring position.
Or is it Rattery?
Comes the 0-2 pitch down in the dirt. Low, nice job by Bowden, preventing it from getting behind him and possibly getting a run in. Count 1-2, 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off out of play on top of the hill. Count still remains 1-2 for Rattery. On deck is Crow. And then will be Carr and Patrick.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cowie steps off the bag. Of course, earlier in the game, Cowie did let a balk happen.
Yep.
So he's got to be careful with that. And now here comes the 1-2 pitch. And this one's in play, and
there
Hatchet
you
jumps
go.
up and gets it in the air, redeems himself after the error earlier in the inning, and that'll get Lincolnton out of the jam, allowing no runs. And it's still a 4-0 lead for the Wolves on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard heading into the bottom half of the 5th inning here on KTCBroadcasting.com and WLON 1050 AM.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincolnton, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Get to the Polaris Spring Sales event and hit the off-road with more money in your pocket. Financing is as low as 2.99% APR, and rebates go up to $2,000 on industry-leading razors, the best-selling Sportsman ATVs, and the undisputed king of the utility, the Polaris Ranger. See Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell off I-85. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
In my mind, I'm gone.
And back here at Lincolnton High School, you're listening to a Renato Auto Mall broadcast on WLON 1050 AM. Renato Auto Mall, our presentation sponsor here for high school baseball throughout the whole year. And we want to thank them for joining us. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Lincolnton High School. Lincolnton leads 4-0 over Bandys. And this is a big game. If the Lincolnton Wolves can hold on to win, they could jump over West Lincoln into standings after they fell to Newton Conover 4-3. Earlier today, they played at 5 p.m. at Newton Conover. Last update, too, we also had another score update for a team that's on the bubble around Lincolnton. Maiden tied with West Caldwell last time we checked, 2-2 in the 5th inning. But leading things off here in the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Wolves is Robbie Cowie. Looks at a first pitch, which is a called strike. It's 2 at-bat appearances. He reached on an error, and he flew out to right field. He's in an 0-1 hole, and second pitch is outside, so he's now even at 1-1. Cowie comes into this game with 10 hits, looking for number 11 right here in this at-bat. The 2-sport athlete playing basketball and baseball. That pitch into dirt way before it got to the plate. Ball 2. As I believe, Razor's still in the ballgame pitching for the Trojans. Other than that second inning, he's done pretty well. And Cowie pops this one up very high into shallow left field. And it will not get down. A tough catch there for the left fielder, almost tripped over. But that will be out number 1. So Cowie now 0 for 3 in tonight's ball game. Not been the best night for him hitting, but he's all right. Been doing a great job pitching tonight for the Wolves. Now with 1 away and nobody on, coming up to the plate is Langdon Givens. He was flown out to center field and was a 6-3 putout victim in the second inning. Here comes the first pitch from Razor. Down low in the dirt, almost. Ball 1. Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith calling tonight's action at Lincolnton High School. And that's another ball. Langdon Givens now ahead 2-0.
Well, the 4 runs they got in the second inning has been all at the plate tonight for Lincolnton. Here in the bottom of the 5th, but good pitching by Cowie has still got them on top. Seemingly a comfortable margin.
Count is 2-1 for Givens. Oh, tries to take another big cut. That's one thing I notice is he tries to take a cut every time he swings that. He wants to knock it out of there. Even count now at 2-2. Waiting to pitch from Razor. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss from Givens. Strike 3. That'll be out number 2 in the inning. That'll bring up Franklin, who in his 2 at-bats has struck out and flew out to the shortstop. Razor looking to make quick work in this inning here, trying to make it 3 up, 3 down. Comes first pitch to Franklin. It's in the, looks like on the corner, strike one. Nice placement there by Razor. Foul tipped by Franklin. That gets the count 0-2.
Being told East Lincoln losing 7-5 in the top of the 5th inning.
Be a big loss for East Lincoln.
7-5, top of the 5th, losing, according to an eyewitness out that ball game tonight.
And a called strike 3 on Franklin. That'll end things for the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half as Razor got quick work done. Still 4-0 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard for the Lincolnton Wolves, trying to hold things at that score as we head into the 6th inning. We'll be back right after these messages.
Turner Hauser Insurance Group has moved into the new location at 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincolnton, and you're invited to come by. Jamie Hauser can help you with your home, auto, commercial, farm, or life insurance needs. Turner Hauser Insurance Group is here to serve their community and help you protect what matters. Visit the new location, Turner Hauser Insurance Group, 228 East Main Street in downtown Lincoln. Just look for the big blue awning. Online at turnerhauserins.com. Call 704-732-9577.
Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? We're community-minded. We believe in what we do. We love this town. We live in just like you.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, with 3 offices in Lincoln, also in Gastonia, Denver, Forest City, Hickory, Lake Lure, and Vail. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Come back here on WLON 1050 AM, leading things off. Crow hit by a pitch. The first pitch that he sees is hit by Cowie, and he will go on the first base. Being hit by a pitch, he's reached on base second time now. 9 for 1 to a hit. First one was walked, this time hit by a pitch. That'll bring up Carr, the third baseman, who is 0 for 2 in this ballgame so far. Comes first pitch down low in the dirt. Ball 1. It's now pitch black here at Lincolnton High School as the second pitch up high, ball 2. Derek, 6th inning, might maybe see Cowie get a little tired here.
Again, he hadn't pitched a complete game yet this season, only the second start. Got roughed up last week at West Lincoln, but has put up nothing but zeros through 5 innings tonight.
That one close to the strike zone, but outside of it. And it's now a 3-0 count for Carr. Only got 6 more outs to go, really.
Give him a chance to get those outs.
Yeah. Now that's a called strike. Now make it 3-1. Maybe that can get some momentum going for Cowie. And a runner at first. Crow does not have that much of a lead as now Carr calls time. He's ahead of the count, 3-1.
On our sister station, WOHS, 1390 AM, 105.1 FM, it is Shelby losing 4-2 to Kings Mountain after 5 innings.
And that's another big game of the SMAC. Shelby's been playing better this year, but it's kind of a hodgepodge there, too. As a swing and a miss by Carr makes it a full count here, waiting to payoff pitch for Cowie to Carr. Here comes the payoff pitch. And Carr holds back smartly, and that'll make it 2 runners on with no outs for Bandys here in the top of the 6th. Still no sign of Sigmund coming out. Now, right as I say that, Coach Sigmund's going to take a mound meeting here. As probably smart thing to do here with 2 runners on and no outs in the top of the 6th. But, Derek, you do have a 4-run cushion. That's a little bit more than –
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 runs there you're playing with. But, you know, you're in a situation where you've got nobody out here in the inning and 2 men on. And, you know, one swing at a bat, a extra base hit, and all of a sudden that margin has been cut in half potentially. And then you got a whole new ball game.
Yeah, and Andrew Patrick, even though he flew out in his last at-bat, I believe he did hit it pretty deep out in the center field.
And what an important win this would be for Lincoln tonight, because East Lincoln, we hear, is losing. West Lincoln ahead of them has lost.
Maiden, who's right behind him, is giving them giving West Caldwell a hard battle last time we checked.
Yep. So this could be a game where Lincoln moves up a little bit, maybe into 3rd place, 4th place all alone.
I would say Coach Sigmund probably doesn't know about it, but they are giving score updates out here, so he probably does too, so that's probably adding some more stress to him. As Andrew Patrick now comes up into the plate, 0 for 2, popped up in both of his at-bats.
But, boy, to think East Lincoln could lose 2 conference games in a row in 1 week.
After being undefeated for so long.
After being undefeated would be real surprising.
Comes the first pitch to Patrick behind Bowden, and that'll advance the runners to 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, now I think you got to be a little bit worried. Because now you got runners on 2nd and 3rd. A base hit is going to score 2.
Mm-hmm.
And your 4-0 lead has been cut to 4-2 possibly, with nobody out in the inning still.
Right. Yeah, it's going to make things nervous here. Bowden's got to protect the plate, not let anything go past him now, and Cowie's got to deliver the pitches. Here comes a 1-0 from Cowie. Contact made by Patrick, fouled off, 1-1.
I mean, you laid out a bunt. If you're Bandys, get that runner in from home.
Well, they tried to do a squeeze earlier in the game. It didn't work. It failed miserably.
Yeah.
Here comes a 1-1 pitch.
That's a good-looking pitch.
That's a strike. Yep, 1-2 to count. Patrick's now behind. As he gets back into the batter's box here.
This is a big pitch right here.
And here comes a 1-2 pitch from Cowie. Oh, so close, but it's going to be called a ball. 2-2 now to count.
Just inside, right at the knees, too. That must have missed barely on the inside.
About a micro inches there. Here comes a 2-2 pitch from Cowie. Can he get him out this time? Nope, down in the dirt low. And it's now a full count. So big payoff pitch coming up here for Andrew Patrick and Robbie Cowie. On deck is Russell, who I believe has gotten on base with a base hit. Yes, got a single in his first at-bat. Here comes a payoff pitch. Called strike 3.
Oh, wow. Thought it was low. Ooh, I thought he was going to first base on ball 4.
I think Andrew Patrick did too. He was looking like he was already walking to first. And then the umpire called him striked out. So now runners still in scoring position, but now you have 1 out. And Russell now at the plate, who has gotten a base hit in this game. First pitch, ball.
Pine Lake Prep and Cherryville tied after 4.5 innings.
That could be big for Lincoln Charter. Swing and a miss by Russell evens up the count at 1 apiece.
That would basically put Lincoln Charter up by 2 full games.
And it'd be in their own hands at this point. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Fouled off by Russell. Now he's behind the count, 1-2. And on deck you got Razor, who in his last at-bat got a single. So they have gotten some Eddie's Auto Parts base hits. These 2 hitters here, Russell and Razor. Just need to get a base hit here, and they get at least 1 run to come across, probably 2, but a check swing way down low, and that's a strike 3.
Yeah, that was ball something, because he leaned way out of the strike zone to try to get a piece of it.
And regretted it instantly.
Yep, struck him out. So now 2 outs. He's battled back after having 2 men on 2nd and 3rd and nobody out, Smoke.
Yeah, now you got the pitcher Razor coming up to the plate, who's singled in his last at-bat. Going to try to help him out here. He's going to try to help himself out, maybe get him a win, maybe if he can get a 2-out rally going here, Derek. Here comes the first pitch from Cowie, and that's in there for a strike. Can Cowie get out of this jam? We saw Masters get out of quite a few jams against East Lincoln on Tuesday night.
He sure did.
Now time called by Razor, adjusting his gloves. Now gets back into that batter's box rather quickly. Count 0-1 as Cowie looking at Bowden. Here comes the pitch. Down into the dirt, past Bowden, and it looks like one run's going to come across for the Trojans. Patrick. No, Crow gets home, and that'll be the first run to come across on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard for the Trojans. So they get the gap down to 3. Now you got a runner at third still, at third only with 2 outs. That's Carr. Now, Razor, a 1-1 count. That one down in the dirt too, but Bowden keeps it in front of him. It's now a 2-1 count.
To the 7th, Maiden still leads West Caldwell 5-3.
That'd be a huge upset victory for Maiden.
Going to the 7th inning.
Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Outside the strike zone now, make it 3-1. On deck is Beam, who was 0 for 2 but did reach on an error in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that'll be a payoff pitch, a big payoff pitch yet again for Razor. Can Cowie get out of this jam with only 1 run allowed? Let's see here. About ready for the payoff pitch. Cowie shakes off the first signal and now wants the second signal. Oh, strike 3! Man, Razor thought it was ball 4, tossed his bat towards the dugout, but he struck out. A clutch strikeout by Robbie Cowie, and that'll end the top half of the 6th inning. As now, heading into the bottom half, it's now 4-1 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Bandys does score a run, but they left a runner on third base. We will be right back for the bottom half of the 6th inning and see if Lincolnton can get some insurance runs.
You're invited to drop by and see our brand new big showroom. Now open at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincolnton. Yes, it's big, it's bright, and it's full of great deals on Chevrolets, Buicks, and GMC trucks. Hey, it's truck month. Come in now and get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $5,500 total cash allowance on the 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab. Come in for all the details at the all-new Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC truck, 1445 East Main Street, Lincolnton.
There's a storm coming. We may not know its path, but your independent auto owner's insurance agent knows no matter what happens, we'll be there when you need us most. Strong through every storm. That's how it's been for our first 100 years, and how it will be for generations to come.
Your local auto owners insurance agency is East Lincoln Insurance Agency on Highway 16 in Denver. Call 704-483-3243.
Back here at Lincolnton High School, bottom half of the 6th inning. Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith on the call for you tonight. Lincolnton leads 4-1, and the score did change in the top half of the 6th inning. Bandys does get a run across to cut the gap to 3 as Carson Williams will be leading off the bottom half of the 6th inning for the Wolves. Derek, a little bit of a scare for Lincolnton as they give up 1 run in the 6th.
You know, good teams get out of jams, and they got out of a lot of jams Tuesday. Did PA Masters and Cal out of a jam right there, so, you know, still things looking good for the Wolves here late in the innings.
Yeah, and if anything can go like it did in the bottom half of the 6th inning for Lincolnton tonight as it did Tuesday, it looks like Lincolnton will win. Carson Williams at the plate leading things off here. Looks at both pitches as he's now even in the count 1-1. As Razor still on the mound for the Trojans. Other than that 2nd inning, giving up 4 runs, he's done terrific. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Carson Williams flies this one out to center field, but the center fielder will get under this one for the first out of the inning.
Trying to watch Twitter. and see if we can get some more finals and try to update these standings before we go off the air tonight to just see where things may be. We know West Lincoln has fallen to 4-6, Newton Conover up to 2-8. East Lincoln on the ropes, West Caldwell on the ropes. Your top two teams in the league right there.
Yeah. Frank Catchett coming up to the plate, singled in his first at bat, and reached. Actually, we got a pinch runner here, or pitch hitter, excuse me. Looks like it's number 20. Let's see who number 20 is here on the lineup. That is Montero Lozano. Lozano coming up his first at bat here tonight. Opportunity to get a base hit here and get something going here for the Wolves in the bottom half of the sixth inning.
Come on, Juice. Come on, Juice.
They nicknamed him Juice. Looks at the first pitch, a called strike one.
Just two bench players today for Lincoln, only dressed 11 today.
Lozano swings and misses. He's now deep in the count, 0-2.
McCarthy and Lozano, I think, were the only reserves that I saw come out announced.
And they usually have about 4 or 5. Lozano gets some contact, but it's fouled off. Man, if that would have stayed fair, that would have been an easy Eddie's Auto Parts base hits for Lozano. Still in the count, 0-2. Looks at that pitch high. Now 1-2 to count. Count 1-2 for Lozano. Here's the pitch.
Ooh,
and he's hit by
him.
pitch. Hey, any way you can reach base is well worth it. You got to take one for the team, and that's what Lozano did there.
Turned into it. Hit him above the shoulder, it looked like. Now, is this Bowden coming up?
Yeah, this is Bowden coming up, who did get 2 RBIs, a 2 RBI single in the second inning. Now Lozano at first with 1 out, and the bottom half of the sixth got a 4-1 lead with Bowden at the plate. He's actually reached in both. He's gotten first base. He's gotten on base in both of his at-bats. Got the 2 RBI single earlier and walked in his second at-bat. He swings and misses at the second pitch. He's now even in the count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as Bowden was signaling for a bunt. And it looks like they're going to call the ball. It's now 2-1 to count. Got a score update. Cherville still tied at home with Pine Lake Prep 2-2. And after 6 innings, Kings Mountain's up 4-2 at home against Shelby. Those games are on WCSL and WOHS respectively.
Yep.
Bowden this time gets the bunt down. They're going to try to turn 2, get Lozano out at second.
Yeah.
But unassisted throw to first as Bowden will stay at first.
So fielder's choice for Bowden. And then a 2-6 put out at second base. 2 out in the inning. Brings up P.A. Masters.
Number 7.
And now we got a courtesy runner as the other guy on the bench.
Should be McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy comes back out. McCarthy, the last time he was out here.
Yeah, maybe he'll slide feet up instead of face first this time.
Unfortunately, he took some dirt to his face as he tripped and fell earlier in the game. P.A. Masters gets a line drive to shortstop and get a 6-4 put out to end the 6th inning. Score still 4-1 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard as Lincolnton looks to hold on and win this one against Bandys. We'll be right back for the start of the 7th inning.
For For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The Family of Faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
Back here at Lincolnton High School, start of the 7th inning, Lincolnton up 4-1, looking to hold on and win. As we've got ourselves a Weston Sales call to the bullpen here.
Yeah.
Frank Hatchett coming out to do duties in the 7th inning. Did it Tuesday night with a bigger gap against East Lincoln, but he can get the save here.
He could get a save, sure could.
As we've got a final. Maiden did beat West Caldwell, so that's a big win for the Blue Devils. And last time we checked, East Lincoln
falls to 7-3, 2 games behind East Lincoln right now. Maiden up to 5-5 overall in the league. Mentioned West Lincoln 4-6.
And if Lincolnton wins, where would they be at?
They would be at 5-5, tied with Maiden.
I don't know who has the tiebreaker for that.
They've only played one time.
So that game against Maiden later in the year, that will be the last game of the year, will be a big one for sure for the Wolves. Leading things off here, and the top of the 7th is Beam. 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Trojans, as Hatchett now on the mound for the Wolves.
Bunker Hill would go to 6-4 if they hold on and beat East Lincoln. That one is not a final yet, I don't believe. It's the last chance for Bandys right now, trailing 4-1. Top of the 7th inning. Hatchet on to close it out. The W for Cowie. Popped up back out of play.
Yeah, Cowie only gave up 2 hits. He's pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and struck out 9. So
wow.
quite a performance from Cowie.
Outstanding.
Hatchett looking to do a good job as well on the mound here. 2-2 to count, 2 Beam. And here comes a pitch down low in the dirt. It's now going to make it a full count.
So Cowie's home debut was outstanding.
Everything's always better at home, it seems like. Here comes the payoff pitch from Hatchett to Beam. Ball 4. That's close. That was close, but just outside the zone. And Beam will go on to first base with a walk.
So, going to make it interesting here, I guess.
Yeah, that it is for sure. As Spencer comes up, he's walked and struck out in his 2 at-bats so far in the game. But he's got a runner on first with no outs. Could be a bunt. Yeah, but a low pitch, but it's a strike.
You know, he's called that low strike all night long.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think you got to know that that's going to be the way it is with this guy.
Yeah, and he has been pretty persistent with that low strike call. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's grounded to third. It goes through Franklin's hands, as that'll be an E5. A costly mistake there. That'll have 2 runners on with no outs, and the tying run is now going to be at the plate.
Got to come up with that. Got to come up with that. Pinch hitter.
It looks like we might have a pinch hitter for Staborski.
Pinch hitter for Staborski.
Let's see here. It's going to be a left-handed batter, so we can't tell who the number is. He's the 9th hitter, Staborski. First pitch is a strike.
Nothing ever comes easy, huh?
There's Now Hatchett trying to get out of this jam. Tie and run at the plate for the Trojans. Things can change drastically here. And that's a fly ball to center field. Hoover looks like he's going to get under this one. The runner at second is going to stay, so you got one out now.
Yep, that was nice because the runner at second could not tag the shallow fly ball to center field. So runner's still at first and second base, but there is an out now.
And now you got the heart of the lineup coming up, top of the lineup, Rattery, the first batter, who is 0 for 3 tonight, but looking to be 1 and 4 here. And you got Rattery, then Crow, Carr, Patrick, if you get that far. Well, once again, the tie and run is at the plate. That's what Lincolnton's got to be careful with here. They can't give up the big bomb.
Go, Frank.
Frank Hatchett slowly awaiting his delivery. First pitch in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Hatchett. So he's trying to get the save. Got some bullpen work in Bandys in case we go to the bottom of the 7th. So it looks like if we go to the bottom of the 7th, it'll be it for Razor. Second pitch. Missed. That'll even out the count at 1-1 for Rattery.
North Gaston nips Forestry 3-2 tonight.
Those are two big powerhouses of Gaston County.
In that league. Yep.
Comes a 1-1 pitch. Yeah, right on the corner, strike 2.
Ooh, got it. Wow, yeah. I wondered about that.
After not getting that ball, after that ball was called on the last pitch, he got a strike right on the corner there. Let's see if he can get Rattery out here on this pitch. This could be big. Franklin playing up at third base for the Wolves. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2.
Score update, top 6 still tied. East Lincoln, 7-7.
East Lincoln trying to fight. They had a tough outing here Tuesday night, of course, against Lincolnton.
Appreciate these scores from digital social media land.
And that's a foul ball, and it's in play. And no, it's not in play. It's out of reach, now onto the walkway. East Lincoln trying to get a win after losing their first game Tuesday night. Count still 2-2 for Rattery with runners at first and second with one out in the top of the 7th inning. 4-1 to score. The Wolves on top. Here comes the pitch from Hatchett. It's a grounder, and it gets past Masters. Hoover now getting up to it, and he loses control of the glove, but the runner stays at third. So now the bases are loaded. 2 out, 1 out, and you got Crow coming up, who would be the go-ahead run.
Wow, very interesting here.
Hey, you fine? You fine?
Just up the middle, nothing to do about that, really.
Masters couldn't get to it in time, but I was pretty shocked that the runner at third did not go home.
Frank needs to come up real big here now.
Hatchett, here comes a pitch from Hatchett. Low, ball 1.
Bowden's got to keep it in front of him, too.
Yeah, Bowden had some trouble in the 6th inning, letting 2 balls get past him.
Nothing by, Mac. Nothing by.
1-0 to count. Pitch is high, 2-0 now. Now if the base is loaded, if Hatchett does allow a walk, a run will come across. The problem is you're going for the heart of the lineup here. This is the 2 batter. On deck you got the 3, and then after that is the 4 batter, Patrick.
Trying to earn this save the hard way now, it looks like.
That is the case for sure. Comes a 2-0 pitch. And that's a line drive past the third baseman. 1 run's going to come across.
Holding.
And they're holding the runner at third.
Carson Williams loses it.
Oh, no. And the tying run's now going to come across the home plate. 3 runs score, and we got a tie ball game here at Lincolnton. Now, things change quickly.
Wow. Man alive. 4-4 tie. Go into it with a 3-run lead. And it's now a tie ball game.
And now Coach Sigmund going to have a mound meeting here. Might see P.A. Masters come to the mound, maybe.
The 1 run was going to score. He was going to hold the other guy at third, and then Carson couldn't come up with it. At that point, 2 then were sent, and both scored, and it's 4-4. So who we got coming up in the next inning?
Let's see who we would have for Lincolnton. Well, we're going to see him for sure now. It will be 1-2-3 in the 7th inning for Lincolnton.
1-2-3.
So that's what you want to hear if you're Lincolnton, but still you did not want to be in this situation, and unfortunately they are. The go-ahead run is now in scoring position with 1 out. It's Hatchett.
Can't give up any more here. Still just 1 out. Frank stays on. Runner at second base. Tie ball game. Man. Let this get away here in the 7th inning.
1 out, 1 on. Carr at the plate. First pitch, a swing and a miss. He's looking for that home run cut there. Not going to get it.
2 errors in the inning.
Yes.
Can't make errors in the 7th inning.
Ground ball to the third baseman, to Franklin. This time he gets under it, gets the throw to second base as Crow reaches third base. So now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away with 2 outs after the 5-3 putout. Andrew Patrick coming up to the plate. Patrick 0 for 3 in tonight's ball game. Flew out the pitcher, flew out the center, and struck out looking.
Oh, boy.
Looks like Bandys going to get out into the bullpen yet again. Patrick looks at the first pitch, which was a strike.
It's be a huge missed opportunity if they can't pull this game out tonight, especially with all the jumbling in the standings that's going on this afternoon.
Yes, for sure. 0-1 to count for Patrick. And make it 1-1.
And he felt like Lincoln had to win most of these games going down the stretch to have a chance at the playoffs.
Patrick's going to call time, have a word with his coach at third base, and now Bowden and Hatch are going to have a word too. Just try to get through this inning without any more runs. Can't allow that runner at third to get across. And in case you just joined us, Lincolnton had the lead throughout the whole game, led 4-1 heading into the final inning, and then 2 errors have led to 3 runs coming across for the Bandys Trojans, tying it up, and they got a runner 90 feet away at third base that could possibly give Bandys their first lead of the ball game. Especially this situation, Bowden's not going to let anything by him. And a strike 2 now for Patrick, who has not yet to swing at any pitch so far. 1-2 to count. Here comes the pitch from Hatchett. Tipped by Patrick. That was a high pitch.
Yeah, he was dying to swing at that one.
But at this point, he just got to defend the plate. He's playing somewhat with house money here. He can either go to the bottom half of the inning or he could possibly give the Trojans the lead. They're going to have to go to the bottom half of the inning either way. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's a line drive right to Franklin, who gets the out. And that'll mercifully end the inning for the Wolves, who now have tie. It's now a tie ball game on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Heading into the bottom half of the inning, it'll be 1-2-3 for the Wolves. So they got the harder lineup coming up. Let's see if they can get a rally going into the 7th inning and avoid extra innings. Be right back here on KTCBroadcasting.com and WLON 1050 AM.
When you need to find a part at a price that's right, that red and blue sign is just within sight. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
Be sure to visit Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln, your local CarQuest distributor.
When you want some help from a fellow car lover, it's all in one place, as you'll discover. Roll in to CarQuest and roll on.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina.
Crossroads Ford in Shelby is now Classic Ford Lincoln of Shelby. Yes, the name has changed, but the same friendly people you know are still there. Yes, you're invited to the all-new Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby. Manager Richard Michaels invites you to come on in. You'll find the best possible deals on your new Ford or Lincoln and check out their pre-owned inventory. For sales, service, and parts from the same people you've come to know and trust, they're still there at the all-new Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby, located at 1775 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
I'll make you some
back here at Lincolnton High School, as things have definitely gotten interesting, Derek, as we're heading into the bottom half of the inning, tied at 4 apiece on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, missed opportunity there in the inning for Lincolnton. Went in with a 3-run lead, surrendered 3 to tie it up at 4 apiece, and now you give Bandys some enthusiasm, second life here in the bottom of the 7th, and they're going to make a pitching change. And, you've seen this guy for the first time and don't have too many opportunities to figure him out here this late in the afternoon. The air is obviously hurt. Air at third, air in left field, both on that side of the diamond.
Trying to see here who the pitcher is to replace Razor after 6 innings pitched. Can't get his number right now.
Can y'all tell the new pitcher is? Number on that guy?
Cannot get a number right now. He's got a 111 is his number. That is Elijah Carr.
Elijah Carr.
Carr, who was earlier, he was, let's see where he was at. He was
at third baseman.
Third base, yeah.
So Carr is the new pitcher.
But now Lincolnton's got to just get 1 run here, and they can escape this one with a win. And fortunately, they do have the heart of their lineup starting things off here. Lane Hoover leading things off. He's gotten 2 singles in this game. Can he get another one here?
Yeah, need him to lead off with a base hit.
And this is the guy you want to have leading off if you're Lincolnton.
Need him aboard here.
Comes the first pitch. That's in there for a strike on the left side of the plate. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Carr. And Hoover tries to go for a bunt. Now he's in the count 0-2. Interesting strategy there from Hoover. Try to go for a late bunt, try to catch the Trojans off guard. Now he's in the hole 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Hoover still in a pitcher's count here, 1-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom half the 7th inning. Hoover was a high pitch, but Hoover got contact, and it got out of play into the stands. So Hoover staying alive after a weird pitch. He swung halfway, and he made contact with it. That was pretty close to him as well. Hoover came into this game with a .485 batting average. 2 for 3 right now. And maybe could go 3 for 4 here. That one's close to the strike zone, but it's going to be called a ball. Even things up at 2 apiece. Things are getting dicey here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Carr. And that one's high out of play. Hoover really staying alive here. He's working a count for sure.
I need him on base here. Get something going.
And he is a threat to steal as well.
Yep, he could get around to third real quickly and be the game-winning run if you can get him on base. 2-2 pitch.
And here comes that 2-2 pitch from Carr. And that's going to be a line drive in between the gap. It's going to be a leadoff single.
There you go. All right.
That's just what you needed from Lane Hoover.
Yep.
And he delivers like always.
Yep. All right, play it by the book. Bunt him down to second base.
Yeah, Odom, yeah.
Bunt him down.
Odom has walked, reached on an error, and been flown out to second base here. So he's 0 for 3. Was the hero to seal the deal Tuesday. But at this point, he might just be a piece.
You may let him swing away then. I mean, I didn't think about that. He did get a big base hit the other day late in the night. But if you bunt Hoover down to second, Callie comes up next.
First pitch in there for a strike. Odom did not signal for a bunt whatsoever.
Nope, he may be hitting away. Now catcher out to talk to the pitcher.
Now
Coach Sigmund will come over and talk to Odom, and also Robbie Callie walk in there and stick his nose in and see what's happening.
Yeah, you know, if you don't signal for a bunt or try to get a bunt, the next best thing is for a passed ball, which hasn't happened tonight for Bandys. Their catcher.
Yeah, Crow's done a good job behind the plate tonight.
He's done a terrific job behind the plate, not letting anything get by him so far.
A lot of pitches down in the strike zone because that's where the umpire's been calling them.
As Hoover's getting a pretty big lead off first base. Going to have to be careful maybe to a throwback as Carr looks back at first base. And now he gets back without a throw.
Yeah. Yeah. They know he's got speed. And certainly Carr aware of that.
He's looking back. Now here comes the pitch. Odom this time signals for a bunt a little bit, but backs out. And evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, 1 ball, 1 strike.
So it looks like Coach Sigmund maybe wanting the bunt here now for Devashe Odom. It's a game of chess here between the two coaches. Let's see how Carr responds this time.
Runner going.
Runner going. The bunt's laid down right to the first baseman as it'll be a sacrifice bunt for.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect job. Odom did his job.
Sure did. Perfect. Now you put the game in Cowie's hands potentially with the go-ahead run at second base. Robbie Cowie hit 9 home runs in Cherryville last summer.
All he needs is really a base hit.
And just poke one through the infield is all you got to do.
Especially with Lane Hoover.
Just poke it through. Get out of here. Escape a win after it looked like it was going to be an easy afternoon. Only to get tight here in the 7th inning.
Cowie so far today, he reached on an error. He's flown out the other 2 times. Fouled off that first pitch. Now one of the assistant coaches for Lincolnton giving some more balls to the umpire. As there's been a lot of foul balls in this game tonight. Hoover in scoring position at second base. Carr looking back constantly at second base. As second base is uncovered. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Cowie. Cowie gets some contact, but he's reaching across the plate. He's now down in the count 0-2.
Let's go 1-8.
What can Cowie do? Down in the count 0-2, 1 out, 1 on. Trying to avoid going to extras here if you're Lincolnton. As Cowie calls a time, just trying to maybe calm himself down here. All Cowie needs to do is really get a base hit into the outfield, and that'll be just enough for Hoover to get across. And now Carr steps off the bag, looking back at Hoover. Hoover's definitely in the mind of Carr. As now he's focused back in on Cowie, and his pitcher, Crow, giving him a signal at the plate. Looks back to second, now looking back to second again. Here comes the pitch. High.
1-2.
And Crow had to get out of his stance there to get that pitch. Cowie going to still have to defend the plate very nicely here. Carr looking back and forth between Cowie and Hoover. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Cowie
popped him up.
Yeah, Cowie popped him up, reached to try and get it. Second baseman almost trips and falls, but still gets the second out. So Cowie just tried to defend the plate, and unfortunately it resulted in a fly out.
All right, 2 away now. Landon Gibbons comes up.
The situation here, Landon Gibbons has struck out once, flew out to center, and has been a 6-3 put-out victim. Gibbons has been trying to go for that home run ball almost all night. Just try to get some contact here for your Gibbons.
Yeah, don't need a home run. Just poke it through. Just a base hit.
He has gotten 14 RBIs this year. Looks at the first pitch, it's a ball. On deck, you got Franklin, then Williams, and Hatchett. That is if it stays alive after this point. We could be going to extras, folks. Givens looks at the next pitch. That's a ball, too, so he's now ahead of the count 2-0.
He's ahead. Should get a good pitch to drive, you would think.
Just got to keep his eye on the ball. Don't jerk his head and try to go for the home run ball. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Carr. That one's in the strike zone.
Oh, that was time.
Now that one looked high to me.
Yeah, I even saw the word Langley Givens saying that's high.
Yeah, I thought that was high too. But you know, you
can't worry about it at this point.
You can't keep the bat on your arm in the 7th inning. Oh boy.
2-1 to count. So Givens still ahead. Hoover at second. 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Tie ball game. Here comes the 2-1. Contact made by Givens. It's an even count.
Fastball blew it by him. Barely got a piece of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, bottom 7, tie ball game. Game-winning run on second base in Lane Hoover.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Carr.
Struck him out.
Strike 3. And we're going to be heading to extras, folks. Tied at 4 apiece on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We're heading into extras for the first time this year on WLON 1050 AM and KTCBroadcasting.com.
The spring clearance event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge in Lincolnton. Get $2,000 combined cash allowance or 0% APR financing on select new Chrysler Pacifica models. The all-new Chrysler Pacifica was named the best of 2017. MSRP starting at $28,595. The spring clearance event is underway now at Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 1442 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
You don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger and you don't mess around with Jim.
When Auto Owners Insurance was founded in 1916, the world was quite different. Yet with all that's changed, our commitment to be there when you need us most hasn't. By teaming up with independent agents, we've made a difference for generations of customers and will for generations to come. And by making a difference every day, 100 years seem to go by in a flash.
Your local Auto Owners Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, located at 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Call 828-428-8231.
Back here at Lincolnton High School, now in extra innings. Starting the 8th inning, Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith alongside you for tonight's action. Here comes the first pitch to Russell, and that's a called strike 1. Frank Hatchett still on the mound after blowing to save into 7th inning.
Yeah, tough late innings for Lincolnton. Had the game-winning run on second base with just an out. Couldn't push him across. Now, anything could happen in the extra innings. Get into a situation of, you got to worry about who you're going to pitch now if Frank gets in trouble.
Well, another interesting thing is, too, Derek, you said that only 2 people are on the bench for Lincolnton tonight.
Well, got the re-entry rule in high school baseball. I don't know how that would work in this case.
Well, Russell's got an 0-2 count as he gets back into the batter's box. As Russell takes a high pitch and swings at it, chops it basically, and it's going to be a 5-3 putout to get the first out of the inning.
Bro!
1 down.
Get the bat out your head and play some ball. Let's go.
And now heading up to the plate is number 6, who's pinch hitting for Razor. Get his name and number here. Number 6, his first plate appearance. First pitch is a ball. And that at the plate right now is Blakely Sigmund. Sigmund fouls this next pitch off. He's now even at 1-1.
Top 7, East Lincoln has taken a 10-7 lead. They're up now 10-7, top of the 7th inning with a chance to close out that game at home against Bunker Hill.
1-1 to count. Razor pops this one up. No, Sigmund pops this one up to right field. And Odom
fell
flips
and still caught it.
No,
he did not.
No, he did not. He dropped it. So Odom may have hit a spot in the outfield that caused him to slip, so that'll be an E9. Tough break there. So now you got 1 on with 1 out with Beam at the plate.
I mean, Odom slipped in right field. Carson slipped in left field. And it's rained all week long, but you got to keep your footing somehow.
So you got 1 on and 1 out with Beam at the plate. He fouls this first pitch off. On deck for the Trojans is Spencer. On one to count for Beam. Here comes the pitch. Beam fouls this one off. It's now 0-2. So he's in a quick 0-2 hole. Hatchett going to try to get him out here as quick as possible.
So it looks like East Lincoln is going to go on and win that game. You know, but I mean, not a terrible thing because that's going to knock Bunker Hill down to 5-5, tied with Maiden. Lincoln would be tied with the two of those if they win all at 5-5. So again, a three-way tie for third place though now if Lincoln wins tonight.
And Bowden fakes a throw pitch, throw to first, and the count is now even for Beam at 2 apiece with 1 out.
Otherwise, Lincoln will be back in a fourth-place tie with West Lincoln, which they don't have the head-to-head on, so that's fifth place. So fifth to third place, win and loss tonight on the line for Lincoln.
And Bowden now throws back to first. Givens had to get off the bag there. So it's now a full count for Beam.
That is 2 positions.
This game is really big for the Wolves here.
Third to fifth, the difference in winning and losing tonight.
And that could be a spot in and out of the playoffs, depending on what happens here as the season goes along. Here comes the payoff pitch. Beam fouls this one off, staying alive. So yet another meeting for the umpire and one of the assistant coaches for Lincoln to get some more baseballs out there into his pocket.
West Call will be 2 games behind East Lincoln in second place.
And here comes the payoff pitch once again. Beam swings and misses. A big strikeout there to send Beam back to the dugout.
Actually, a Lincoln loss and a Bandys win would put West Lincoln, Lincolnton, and Bandys in a tie.
Play for 1. Up and down, let's
Spencer
go.
West Lincoln would not hold the tiebreaker of either one of those teams, so they'd be in fifth place.
Spencer lines drives to Cowie.
Backhand.
Backhand to short.
Good throw.
6-3 put out in time.
Dug it out, Langdon did.
Nice job by Givens and Cowie on that play. To end the inning, it's still a 4-4 tie as Lincoln tries to end this one in the bottom half of the inning. You're listening to High School Baseball on WLON 1050 AM and KTCBroadcasting.com as this is a presentation presented by Ronaldo Auto Mall.
Dine in, carry out, or use their convenient drive-through window at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail. You'll find Northbrook's finest in food. As a matter of fact, the finest food anywhere. And for a special treat, order one of the big bloomin' onions. From barbecue to fish to steaks, hamburgers and hot dogs, they've got it all at Mitchum's Kitchen in Vail. Open for breakfast too. And be sure to like them on Facebook for their specials and Sunday lunch menus. And they do catering no matter how big or small. Call Mitchum's Kitchen today, located at the intersection of Highway 27 West and Highway 274 in Vail.
You don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger and you don't mess around with Jim.
Now's the time to head to West End Sales in Vail for some great deals on Coyote, like the Coyote UTV with top and winch starting at $11,900 and get 0% financing. And see the new Coyote 3510 34 horsepower tractor, only $17,900. And the big Coyote RX Series 4-wheel drive tractor with cab and loader starting at $37,000. And see the big line of Big Tex trailers, over 40 in stock, 3.99% financing for 54 months with approved credit. West End Sales, 110 North Highway 18 in Vail, online at westendsales.com.
Back here at Lincolnton High School, still an extra inning plays here, bottom of the 8th inning, as it's still 4-4 tie on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith with you for tonight's game, as it'll be Franklin, Williams, and Lozano. It'll be the order.
Hatchett.
Yeah, Hatchett, yeah, unless they put back Lozano. But
re-entered.
Yeah, okay, he re-entered, so it'll be Hatchett instead of Lozano. Franklin leading things off here, who did have one of the errors in the 7th inning. Looks at the first pitch, down low ball.
But again, you know, not a very deep bench for Lincoln tonight. So it limits your options
Unlike
from
Bandys,
here on out.
Bandys has a few more options on their bench. And ground ball, dribbler to the second base. Is he going to beat out the throw? No, he is not. It's going to be a 4-3 put out to start things out as Franklin goes back to the dugout.
Now Carson Williams with an out. Would like to atone for that error in left field that allowed the tying run to come across.
Yeah, Carson Williams did get the first run of the ball game on a single in the second inning. So he has gotten on base here tonight. And he's also been hit by a pitch. No, that was a hatchet. He's flown out the other 2 times. Looks at the first pitch. It'll be a strike for Williams. Carr still on the mound for the Trojans. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Carr. And that's in there for a ball. That was real close, it looked like. Evens out the count at 1-1 for number 1.
Need him on base anyway.
That pitch down into the dirt, ball 2. Williams now ahead of the count as Hatchett is on deck. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Almost a check swing.
Check swing. Did he go?
And now they're going to ask the first base umpire.
No.
He says no. Yeah, it didn't look like he went.
No, held up. 3-1.
Good call by the first base umpire now. As Derek said, 3-1 now to count for Williams. But he's got to be careful. It could easily turn into a full count after this pitch. And it does. Strike looked like right down the middle.
Anything close, he's got to swing at.
And here comes the payoff pitch from Carr. Here it is. Down low in the dirt, outside. Williams walked, and that's a good guy to have on base. He's definitely got some speed on him.
Has some speed. Now Frank Hatchett at the plate. Your winning run is at first base with an out. He's got a hit tonight.
Yeah, Frank Hatchett did get a single in the second inning as Carr having a mound meeting with Crow, and now Andrew Patrick talking to him, the first baseman. Probably maybe trying to say if we can get a pick play here.
It would take something in the gap against the fence, I would think, to score
field,
Carson from first base. Could be done. He's got speed. But you just want to get him over a base, at least.
Here comes the pitch. Hatchett looks at it. It's a
ball high.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the ump because he does have a late signal with a strike.
Very deliberate. Not a broadcaster's umpire.
No. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one in the dirt, ball 2. Now Hatchett ahead of the count here. 2-0, he's got a hitter's count. Doesn't really have to choke up on his bat and defend the plate here. Can let a pitch or two go by. Now here comes the 2-0. Hatchett does get a ground to third. The third baseman going to try to get the runner out at second. He does. Second baseman bobbles it. So to get the force out at second, Hatchett is going to be at first with Bowden coming to the plate.
All right, well, Carson erased at second on the force play. Good play by the third baseman. Now Mac Bowden to try to keep it going. Again, the game-winning run at first base, but you've got 2 outs now.
Bowden did get a 2 RBI single in the second inning. So he has gotten a base hit that has contributed to Lincolnton tonight. PA Masters on deck for the Wolves. Pitch is outside now. Crow going to have a meeting with Carr. And now Carr waves him off.
Come on, Mac. Hit the gap, Mac. Hit the gap. Come on now.
Go ahead run at first base, all the way at first base. It will take a big hit to get Hatchett all the way around. And the second pitch is a strike.
That was high, we think. I mean, he called that on Langdon in the last inning, up around the numbers. So, I mean,
1-1 to count, 2 outs, 1 on. And that's a ball outside, 2-1. Bowden getting some practice swings in. Carr looking back at first. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. High ball 3. Bowden can't let his guard down, though. If the next pitch is a strike, he'll be in a full count.
Masters would bat next if Bowden gets aboard.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Carr.
Walked him.
Down low in the dirt. Bowden's going to first. So now you got the go-ahead runner in scoring position. PA Masters, who got a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning on Tuesday, as we're going to have a mound meeting here for Bandys.
Everybody out atop the Bandys pitcher, Elijah Carr. Courtesy runner, McCarthy.
And once again, usually does it for Bowden. Don't think they're going to pull Carr here.
He had the dubious play of the game tonight.
But now, the base hit probably could win the game, depending on if Hatchett goes at the right time. Well, you got to go with anything at this point if you're a base runner.
Well, if you get him over to third, then Lane Hoover would bat next. Worst come out of worst, he would lead off the next inning. I don't think you would walk PA to get to Hoover.
That'd be. I think that would be a very poor decision.
I believe that would be too,
especially with the way that he's 3 for 4. If it was Hoover batting at this situation,
and he's batting almost 500.
Yeah, if Hoover was this batter right here, I would understand maybe walking him and wanting to go through Odom, but not at this point here.
No, Masters is the number 9 hitter. I think you throw to him and make him beat you here.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He walked and reached home his first appearance. He struck out a second, and he was a 6-4 put out.
But hey, he had a big game on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Let's see if he can come up 2 for 2 this week with some heroics for Lincolnton.
They got 2 outs, 2 runners on in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Can PA Masters beat a hero again? Looks at the first pitch. That's a called strike.
Right at the knees.
Carr looks cool as a cucumber and on the pitcher's mound. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Almost got the Masters there.
Yeah.
He had to back up a little bit, do a little matrix move there.
Up around the chin.
1-1 to count. Hatchett with a little lead off second. Masters looks at that one.
He's been calling that one.
Yeah, he's been calling that one.
It's numbers high, but he's been calling it.
1-2 to count. Can Masters hasn't swung at anything yet. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. Masters swings at this one. It pops up. And a lot of room. The third baseman's going all the way.
Out of play.
Out of play right near Jason Sane, our cameraman. So Masters stays alive. But the thing is that you really get nervous here with all this space and foul territory on both sides, Derek.
You do.
One and 2 to count. Go-ahead run is at second base. Can Masters stay alive? Pitch outside, it gets past, and now Hatchett's going to get into third base. The go-ahead run is now 90 feet away from the plate.
So now another pass ball.
That's the first pass ball of the night for Bandys.
But the count is 2-2.
With 2 outs.
At 2 outs.
Can Masters beat a hero once again here?
Can Carr sail one halfway up the fence back here? Can he put one in the dirt that Crow can't come up with?
Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Masters. Masters staying alive.
Yeah,
tips
good
it.
cut. Good cut, PA.
That's what you need to do, PA. Just defend the plate. That's what he's doing well right now.
Hanging in there.
Of course, if PA Masters were to reach first, well, maybe in a walk, you'd have Lane Hoover come up.
Would be the only way, I think. Would be a walk.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. High, ball 3.
High. Well, maybe we will see Lane Hoover. Count is full, 3-2. Game-winning run at third base in extra innings. Masters at the plate. Here we go.
Here's the payoff pitch to from Carr to Masters. Masters almost hit. Masters going to first, and Lane Hoover is coming up to the plate.
Okay. Here you go. Here's your guy. Top hitter on the team.
One of the top in the county.
Second best in the county, numbers-wise. Tied coming into today with Zach Bennett at Lincoln Charter. Batting close to 500. Seemingly gets on base every time he's up to the plate, one way or the other. he could beat out a ground ball to first base, too, allowing a run to come in and score. Here's the pitch to him.
That'll be high, ball one. Now, if he does get walked, that'll be it as well with the bases juiced.
Base hit, error, beat it out, anything.
Pass
right
ball.
Here.
Yeah,
Pass ball,
anything.
wild pitch, hit batsman.
And
missed outside.
And missed outside. He's now ahead of the count, 2-0.
All right, well, he's going to get a good pitch, I would think, here in just a moment.
Don't know if Carr's just doesn't have that much grip with him. He's saying no to Crow a couple times. Here's the 2-0 count. That one's in there for a strike. Right down the middle.
Well, that's a good pitch.
2-1 now to count for Hoover. Now he's ready.
Oh, boy.
He's got a strike on them. The base is juiced. 2 outs. Only needs 1 run to come across. Here's the pitch. Hoover gets a ground ball to second base. Now can he beat the run out at first? No, he does not. We're going to go to the 9th inning. Still tied. A missed opportunity for sure for the Wolves. With the bases loaded, they can't get the run to come across. And we're heading into the 9th inning, folks. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to High School Baseball on 1050 WLON and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Think your dream home is out of reach? Think again. At Silver Point Homes in Lincolnton, they provide quality custom construction and the luxury amenities you want at an exceptional value. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an empty nester looking to downsize, we have the perfect home for you. Visit silverpointhomes.com to learn more or stop by our Lincolnton Sales Center to tour our model homes. Let our friendly staff help you visualize your dream. Silver Point Homes, making your dream home a reality. New models now on display. Silver Point Homes, East Main Street, Lincolnton. Save up to 20% on select Husqvarna zero-turn mowers at Al Lane Kubota of Lincolnton. That's right, select Husqvarna zero-turn mowers are now 20% off. Plus, ask about 0% financing for up to 42 months. There's a big selection to choose from. Save on Husqvarna, Kubota, and Toro. All at Al Lane's Kubota, 3636 East Highway 27 east of Lincolnton. Online at allanemotorsports.com.
Back here at Lincolnton High School, we're now going into the 9th inning. Yes, 9th inning, as on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's still knotted up at 4 apiece. It was a 4-1 lead for Lincolnton heading into the 7th inning. Then all things came apart, giving up 3 runs. 2 of them, 2 errors in that inning as well. As now leading off is Staborski, 9-1-2 for the Trojans. So they got the top of the lineup coming up after Staborski. Hatchett still on the mound for the Wolves. First pitch hits the ground, ball 1. Evan Ludwig and Derek Smith with you for the call of tonight's game, as we're going to be playing a full Major League length game here tonight. As Staborski flies this one out towards Odom in right field. Odom gets this one. He doesn't slip this time and gets the first out of the inning unscathed.
This is Frank's, third inning on the mound?
Yes. Unfortunately, his worst inning was the first that got Bandys to tie ball game, as Rattery is at the plate, who singled his last at-bat in the 7th inning, a part of that rally. Comes the first pitch. He sees it's fouled down the third base line. Of course, if Lincolnton wins, this would be huge for them. They get a 3-way tie for third, I believe. And if they don't, this would probably be one of those games they look back on saying, coulda, woulda, shoulda. 0-1 to count. As that's outside. Rattery now evened up at 1 apiece.
Down and ready, down and ready.
Here comes the pitch from Hatchett. High.
All right, Frank, let's go now.
Right at the head of Rattery. 2-1 now to count. It's currently 9:32. We've been playing for about 2.5 hours now. So considering we've made it to 9 innings with 2.5 hours, it's pretty good timing. As a called strike 2 on Rattery.
Let's go, let's go.
2-2 to count. Here comes the pitch from Hatchett. And fouled off. Can Bowden get to it in time? Nope, just outside the fence. Just got right towards, I believe, the memorial. Right outside of play. So the count will still be at 2-2 for Rattery.
Do not see a final on East Lincoln yet. Should be close to being over with.
Well, maybe they reached extras like us. Never know.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, 2-2 to count for Rattery. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 9th inning for the Trojans. Here comes the pitch from Frank Hatchett. That'll be a fly ball, and that'll be in the field for Cowie. If he can get it, he does. For the second out of the inning, that'll be another fly out. So that'll be an F6 for the second out. As now Crow coming up to the plate. He's the one that got the single that led to those 3 runs coming across. That includes an error too. So you got 2 outs, nobody on as Crow's at the plate. Swings and misses, tries to take a big home run cut there. And his first pitch as it's starting to get pretty cold here in Lincolnton. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 1.
All right, 2 outs. Nobody on base. Lincoln has got hitters 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Bottom of the 9th.
Crow gets a ground ball to Cowie. Cowie now going to step up and get a 6-3 put out to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Short work done by the Lincoln defense, but now can they get the run to come across this inning after leaving the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th? We'll be right back to see here on WLON 1050 AM and KTCBroadcasting.com.
Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincolnton to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
Who do you think you are?
Back here at Lincolnton High School, Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith with you for tonight's action. We've reached the bottom of the 9th. And no, this is not Atlanta Braves baseball here on the Boss. This is Lincolnton versus Bandys in extra innings. As we have 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Wolves. It'll be in this order: Odom, Cowie, Givens.
Did the Braves get snowed out today in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I did not see. I know
it was a 12 o'clock, 12:30 or 1 o'clock game today.
I mean, it could have happened if this cold front that's coming through here could have affected the game in Pittsburgh. That would have been their home opener after having a series.
That would have been the Pirates' home opener, absolutely, while it was a day game today.
After having the series against Boston not go so well for them. As Devashe Odom leads things off here for the Wolves. He's walked, reached on an error, flown out, and was a sacrifice bunt victim his last time. Still searching for that first Eddie's Auto Parts base hit. Can he get it here? Carr still on the mound for the Trojans. First pitch in there for a strike.
That's that high strike he's been calling here lately. Well, you got to offer at it, or he's going to call it.
And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Carr, and Odom gets this one, but it's a slow pop fly to short, and he's out.
Blooper to short. So an out in the 9th inning. Brings up Robbie Cowie.
Yeah, he's had a great night pitching, but it will go with no decision. After 6 strong innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, only giving up 2 hits and 1 run.
Tough luck, no decision for Robbie.
Yeah, still has not gotten a hit in this ball game tonight. Searching for that first hit, and if it could happen here, that would be big. 4 to Wolves. Gets out of the plate. Gets a little practice swing before he gets back into the box. Still waiting his first pitch. Looks at it. It's in the dirt. Ball 1. Excuse me. After Cowie will be Givens, who has flown out. 6-3 put out. Struck out twice. It's been a rough night for Givens. Cowie looks at that pitch. He's now ahead of the count 2-0.
That was high, but a little bit too high, I think. That was close to being a strike.
Carr probably will deliver a strike here. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss by Cowie.
But you had to offer it that, and that was up in the strike zone where he's been calling them.
Yeah, not a bad pitch to swing at there for Cowie.
So either way, would have been a strike.
2-1 now to count for Cowie. Here comes the pitch from Carr. High, and I mean almost at the neck of Cowie. 3-1 to count.
He's working him high, for sure.
And you got to remember Carr, this is his 3rd inning pitched here.
3-1. Need a base runner.
He could get it if a ball's pitched here. But Cowie swings and misses. It's now full count.
Yeah, big home run cut right there.
Just got to try to get some base hit. Can't really go for the home run ball every time. Here comes the payoff pitch from Carr to Cowie. And contact made by Cowie defending the plate. We saw him do that in the last at-bat. That led to a pop fly after going across the plate. That was somewhat of a different situation with Hoover at second. Here comes the payoff pitch yet again from Carr to Cowie. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So now with 2 outs, nobody on, it's now Langdon Given coming up to the plate, who is 0 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, tough to score a run with 2 outs and nobody on base. But let's see what Langdon can do here. Don't know till he gets aboard. 1 batter at a time. But looks like we could be going to the 10th inning here.
Come on now.
Here comes the first pitch. Givens looked at it. It's a strike on the corner.
Strike at the knees.
Here comes a 1-0-1 pitch to Givens. Outside and high, ball 1.
Come on, 6.
Comes a pitch. Givens gets a ground ball to second base. It's a chopper. And second baseman loses control of the ball.
E4.
And an E4.
He booted it.
Yeah, any way he can get on base.
Had it in his glove, tried to take it out, and just couldn't get it out. Well, there you go. Move him across somehow. Franklin at the plate.
And maybe a little luck is what you need if you're the Wolves here. You got to go-ahead run now at first base.
You will definitely need some luck to get him around to home with 2 out in the inning.
First pitch, a ball. For Franklin, who has struck out, flown out to short, struck out, and it was a 4-3 put-out victim. It's now time called by Franklin. Going to talk to Coach Sigmund here.
I failed to mention Sage Surratt, unanimous All-State selection in basketball. 2-sport All-State 2 years in a row.
I think that's the first time in a while that's happened, if I'm not mistaken, in the state of North Carolina.
Player of the Year will be announced today. Did not hear who that was, but they're going to announce the AP Player of the Year, which very likely could be Sage Surratt.
Yeah, very could be the case. So now Franklin getting back into the batter's box. The count is 1-0 for Franklin.
In fact, he was the AP Player of the Year in football and basketball this year.
Givens going, swinging a miss by Franklin, and Givens is safe. He got under the tag. So now you got the runner in scoring position. All you need now is you could get a base hit into the right gap, and we could have ourselves the end of a ball game here. Franklin's just got to get some contact here.
All right, now a base hit will possibly score you the man from second base.
Givens has got
good
some
speedy
speed.
guy on the base pass.
See if Franklin can do here. He gets way early in that one, and he drags that one out of play. Fouled, and it's now 1-2.
One and two, 2 out. Game-winning run at second base. Bottom of the ninth inning.
Carr doesn't look like he's being phased right now. Looking back to Givens, now back to the plate. Now gets off his bag.
Steps that way, chases him back to the bag. Nobody was covering the bag, though.
Come on, Brent. Come on, Brent. Come on now. Come on now. Nobody.
Going.
Swing and a miss as Givens now going to third, but a strike three. That'll end the inning. So now we're heading into the 10th inning, double-digit innings we've now reached. It's still a 4-4 tie on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We'll be back right after this.
This new city just makes me miss home, man.
Go get a sweet tea from McDonald's. They make it fresh, sweet, and it's icy cold, just like your mom's.
But I miss home.
Oh, so you miss your mom telling you to make sure your room's clean? Or
Close the fridge, Ryan, and stop letting all the cool air out. Or turn them lights off,
All
Ryan.
right, got it. The sweet tea is just right. But you know I'm going to tell my mom you got jokes.
No, don't.
This is no joke. Stop by McDonald's and get a large sweet tea for just $1 all summer long. Large sweet tea, just $1. Price and participation may vary. Limited time only.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina.
It's the Subway Sub of the Day. Each day of the week, you get a different 6-inch sub for just $3.50. Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki sub. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken sub. Wednesday, the turkey breast sub. Thursday, the Italian BMT sub. Friday, the tuna sub. Saturday, the Black Forest ham sub. And Sunday, the meatball marinara sub. Your choice, just $3.50. The Sub of the Day from Subway in Boulder City and the Walmart in Lincolnton.
Back here at Lincolnton High School now in double-digit innings, the 10th inning, as number 11 for Carr, the pitcher, leading things off here for the Trojans. Frank Hatchett still on the mound, going to be doing his 4th inning here. Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith with you for tonight. Carr fouls this one off, and it's going to be out of play.
Well, Frank is still out there. 4th inning in relief.
It's a victim of not having that much depth.
2 scoreless since he allowed 3 in the 7th.
Another pop-up.
Watch out, Mac.
This one's in play. Bound trying to get to it. He's reacted late, but he does get the out. There, he got it. So that's 1 out.
Yeah, he waited a while until he figured out where it was, and he said, oh, there it is. I think I can get to it, and he did. Good play. It's always a tricky play, you know.
Yeah, I can tell from experience that's not easy. I was catcher and coach pitch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as it looks.
No, it's not. It's just, yeah, it's not coming at you like it would anywhere else on the field. It's an odd perspective looking up at a ball because normally it's spin on it. Right, it's spinning away from you.
Can make it dizzy, too. Andrew Patrick now coming up. He had to change his gloves. He's now back into the batter's box here. 1 out, nobody on for the Trojans. Patrick grounds this one to third, and it bounces off, but now Franklin gets the ball back and is safe. Just beat out the throw. The throw beat out the throw there. Franklin that bounced off, I think it bounced off the bag or maybe bounced off his glove. It was weird there.
He knocked it down, then recovered and almost made the throw to first base. A good, strong throw across the diamond, but
I guess that could go down as a hit. I think it was. I'll give it a hit. As now Russell at the plate with 1 on and 1 out here. Still a tie ball game on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard.
So they've got the potential
as Russell flies this one out to left, and it's caught in left field there by
Carson Williams.
So now you got 2 outs. The go-ahead run for Bandys is at first. As
Frank needs a low pitch inning here if he's going to keep going the distance. And at this rate, we can't get anybody across home plate to unknot this 4-4 tie.
Looks like we might have another pinch hitter here and replacing Sigmund now. No, that is Sigmund. Sigmund now coming up to the plate, who replaced Razor in about the 6th or 7th inning. It's been so long now. I've lost track of when he replaced him. But he's got a runner at first with 2 outs. And that pitch is high, ball 1. One and 0 to count. Here comes a pitch from Hatchett. Almost gets a piece of Sigmund there. It's now 2-0. On deck, you've got Beam, and it'll be Spencer and Staborski, who re-entered the game in the 8th inning. Comes a 2-0 pitch, and that one's high, ball 3. That one looked pretty good. Just maybe a little bit too high for the ump there. Here comes a 3-0 pitch, and there's a strike there.
Step out of the batter's box, they're going to call a strike on you every time.
And it wasn't really that close. It didn't look like the Sigmund.
If you bail out, he's going to call a strike.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Sigmund, and now we got a full count here. Hatchett could leave the inning pretty much unscathed, minus Patrick getting the first on a base hit. Here comes the pitch. Patrick's going. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning, top half of the inning, as now Lincolnton tries to end it in the bottom half. It'll be Williams, Hatchett, and Bowden, the 3 hitters coming up in the bottom half of the 10th inning here at Lincolnton. You're listening to High School Baseball on 1050 AM WLON and on KTCBroadcasting.com video.
It's like going on vacation without leaving town at the Glen Oaks Golf Club in Maiden. Sure, there's golf, but there's a whole lot more, like their swimming pool, driving range, picnic shelter, and their new clubhouse, featuring a snack bar and a big banquet room. Great for weddings, receptions, class and family reunions. So for a fun day of golf and much, much more, see Glen Oaks Golf Course. Call 828-428-2451. 828-428-2451. Online at glenoaksgolf.com.
Where I come from, it's
all right, back we are. Bottom of the 10th inning. Extra innings, 4-4 tie. We would like to wish veteran broadcaster, teacher, and coach Lewis Carpenter a happy birthday today. Lewis, a coach and teacher at Bessemer City, a broadcaster for KTC, and if we had a KTC Broadcasting Hall of Fame, he would be in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame for KTC Broadcasting, without a doubt.
Yeah, I did pre- and post-game show, did a lot of stuff with KTC Broadcasting over the years, and we greatly appreciate all the work he's done with KTC over the
Press
years.
box at Bessemer City, named after Lewis Carpenter. I spent a few times and days in that press box. So he lives in Lincolnton here, by the way.
Oh.
So we wish Lewis Carpenter a happy birthday, Lewis. We know you're listening out there. You always do. Hopefully I'll see you around town soon.
Well, now we got a Weston Sales call to the bullpen here for the Trojans. They're not going to have Carr anymore out in the mound after 3 innings for him. Blakely Sigmund, who just pinched hit for Razor, is now going to be in here pitching for the Trojans, trying to get him through these double-digit innings. As we said before the break, coming up for the Wolves, it'll be Williams, Hatchett, and Bowden. The 3 hitters coming up here for Lincolnton, trying to end the game here in the 10th inning. As if it doesn't end here, I got no more room for stats tonight.
Your book is done. You got to flip the page. You have to on a legal pad or something, Smoke. You came on the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah,
you've been the marathon play-by-play tonight. I've just kind of been watching you.
Yeah, we've now reached pitch black. It's almost 10 o'clock, 9:52. We've almost been going for 3 hours now. In 10 minutes, it'll be 3 hours since the game started. Carson Williams leading things off here in the bottom half of the 10th inning.
Again, a guy with some speed, get him on and, see what happens, because he can do some damage on the base pass if you can get him on base.
They got close the last time he was up. They had the bases loaded with Hoover at the plate, but couldn't get the run across in time as Hoover grounded out. Ball one for Williams on his first pitch with the new pitcher in here, Sigmund. So he's got a fresh arm.
Same high strike. It's been there all night long. But yet nobody's adjusting to it. Or they're willing to just take that as a strike and move on. Because that's a tough pitch to hit.
Mm-hmm. That pitch got down into the corner. 1-2 now to count.
So up high, down low. Where does he go now to count 1-2?
Well, it's in his favor, that's for sure, for Sigmund. Here comes the pitch to Williams. Williams
leaned
gets
out.
Yeah, leaned out to get it.
Can he beat it out?
It's going to be close. He does not beat it out. He's out with a 6-3 putout. Start things off in the 10th inning.
So Frank Hatchett, pitcher of record, blew the save, but could atone with the base hit here, get a rally going in the 10th inning.
And if Lincolnton does win in this 10th inning, he'd blown the save, but he'd get the win.
He would get the win.
Hatchett gets a ground ball.
Deep in the hole,
Yeah,
backhand.
It'll be a tough throw for the shortstop to make, but he makes it in time. What a throw by the shortstop. And now 2 outs, nobody on with Bowden coming up.
2 good plays by the shortstop. Tip your cap, can't do nothing about that. Good runners, too, at the plate, but good deep throw in the hole. The man with the red glove. 2 putouts over there at shortstop.
And, the shortstop is
Laz Maxwell.
Yeah, he's the guy that
he's being pinch hit for today.
Yeah, so he hasn't made a plate appearance tonight, but he's definitely making his impact on the field tonight. As Bowden coming up here with 2 outs and nobody on. Masters is on deck. Here comes the pitch. Down in the dirt from Sigmund. Ball 1. Here comes a 1-0 pitch to Bowden. High, ball 2.
Well, if you don't do anything in the 10th, you would have Masters and then Hoover coming up in the 11th, if that's any consolation. But yet we keep going around and around and around and can't get a run across.
Someone's eventually going to score. Swinging a miss by Bowden.
Eventually, somebody will score.
And you don't know if we'd have Hatchett out there on the mound in the 11th inning, but, that might be the only calling card because Lincolnton's doesn't have that much depth tonight. They only have 2 players on the bench. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Bowden. That's outside, ball 3. Time is ticking for the Wolves. If they do win this game, this would be a huge win, but if they lose this game, this would be a huge loss. With all that's transpired in conference
especially when we take a 4-0 lead in the second and,
have a 4-1 lead in the 7th.
Bunch of zeros all the way out till the 6th. Then 4 runs in the late innings to tie it up.
So now Bowden's with a full count here with 2 outs and nobody on, awaiting the payoff pitch from Sigmund. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll do it for Bowden in the 10th inning. And we're now going to 11 innings of play here at Lincolnton High School. On the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's still tied at 4 apiece here on WLON 1050 AM and on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Cornbread and chicken, where I come from.
The Chuck Wagon Grill in Lincolnton wants to take this time to wish Trevor Childers of the East Lincoln Mustangs the best of luck during this high school baseball season. Trevor pitches and plays outfield for the Mustangs, and the Chuck Wagon Grill is proud to be a sponsor of high school baseball. And for award-winning food, head to the Chuck Wagon Grill for some great daily lunch and dinner specials. And they do catering for any size event. Just call 704-732-4777. The Chuck Wagon Grill, 3051 Highway 27 east of Lincolnton. Go Mustangs!
Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff?
Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincolnton will brighten your smiles with professional cosmetic dentistry and smile enhancement procedures for everyone. Even Duke fans will smile at the work of this Tar Heel. The office of Dr. John L. Cloninger III is located at 904 Doncha Drive. For an appointment, call 704-735-0765. That's 704-735-0765. And John III says best wishes to all high school athletes.
Maybe a punctuation mark on a career night for Bryce Johnson.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Back we are here at Lincolnton High School. Evan Ludwig, Derek Smith with you. We've now reached the 11th inning in this marathon game. Still tied at 4 apiece between Bandys and Lincolnton on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. And Derek, at this point, it's just really who gets tired first.
Yeah, who wants it the most? Who's got the best pitching at this point? Who can get a timely hit and get somebody across and into home? East Lincoln does win that game 10-7, a final. So that one turned out to be a Mustang win, and they go to 9-1 in league play.
As Beam, it'll be 7, 8, and 9 for the Trojans here in this inning. Hatchett's still in the mound.
Bunker Hill falls to 5-5. So for now, tied with Maiden for third place. Possibly a three-way tie with Lincolnton should they win here tonight.
Fouled off by Beam, evens up the count at 1-1. And you know it's a long night when you get the text from the boss asking if you're still going.
Still in the air? Yeah, we're still in the air. Still here. I mean, he's not listening.
I don't know. He's
Friday night. He's a busy
guy.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. He's probably got something else going on tonight.
1-2 to count now for Beam.
The Braves played this afternoon in Pittsburgh, and I don't know what happened. Let's see if we can find out what happened.
Of course, baseball started this week for the majors with the Braves. They went 1-2 against the Mets, but that win came with Bartolo Colon as Beam at just outside the strike zone. It's now a full count for Beam, but the fan favorite Bartolo Colon got the win against.
Lost 5-4 today in Pittsburgh's home opener in the Steel City.
Here comes the payoff pitch to Beam. He flies this one up into right field. It's deep out there, but Odom's going to get under this one, has to kind of twirl around, but still somehow finds a way. He's taking a deep sigh of relief there after that one to get the first out. Of course, Pirates didn't have their first series go well, so both those teams are trying to bounce back after having a rough start to the year in their first series.
Braves back in action tomorrow at 7:05 from Pittsburgh. We'll have that game right here on WLON, 1050 AM, WCSL, 1590, WOHS, 101.5 FM, and 1390 AM.
Now at the plate is Spencer for the Trojans, and we'll have Staborski on deck. Fly ball out of play and on top of the hill. 0-1 to count. As we've now gotten across 10 o'clock.
Wow, it sure is 10 o'clock. Holy moly.
Another foul ball out of play for Spencer quickly in an 0-2 hole.
Do we get overtime for this one tonight?
Nah.
Time and a half? Or are we on overtime yet? That's only on Sundays.
I think we'd have to get at least 12 o'clock on that.
We've got to be playing on Sunday to get double time. The rate we're going, I tell you, man, I'll be done by Sunday.
I've only seen one game here that's gone longer at KTC Broadcasting. That was with Crest Burns 2 years ago. Went to, I think, 14 or 15 innings. So
we did 17 at Sims Legion Park in the Grizzlies one night.
That's a wow, nice play by Odom just to track that ball down in the shallow
Sliced
right
away,
field.
came in, made the play. He's been busy out there today.
Other than that trip, he's done a great job out in the field as he shows some speed as well. And now Staborski coming up to the plate, the 9-hitter. Can Hatchett get through another inning? Here comes the pitch. High, ball one.
Well, I mean, he's pitched well since he, gave up the 3 runs.
Hasn't really allowed much of anything ever since.
Not at all.
It's just that one blunder that got us into this situation here to tie it up.
3 scoreless in extras. Possibly a 4th scoreless inning in extras.
There's a 2-0 count for Staborski. Here comes the pitch. Make it 3-0.
But the Wolves have not scored a run since the 2nd inning, which would have been about 7:45.
Yeah, and you got to think they've had a lot of base runners left on base, too. You had in the 8th inning, you had the runners and bases loaded with Lane Hoover coming up to the plate. You thought that would have been it there, but Hoover grounded out. And then in the 7th inning, you had Hoover at second with 1 out. Couldn't get anything going.
Had Gibbons at second in the 8th inning.
He got the 3rd.
Or the 9th inning.
Yeah. And then a strike right there as it's now 3-1 for Staborski. You have Rattery coming up on deck, so the top of the lineup will be next if Staborski will walk or get on base here. Swing and a miss by Staborski. It's now a full count. Crowd getting into it now for both sides. Well, this could be a big strike here. Nobody on, 2 outs. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball. It's going to be a hopper, 2-second to see if Masters can get it.
Let's say Masters.
Masters going to make it close, safe. Staborski beats out the throw at first. Just the way that Masters throws the ball.
Slow rolling ball. You knew that was going to be a tough play for PA over there, close to the bag at second.
Yeah, and Masters doesn't throw the ball like most other people do. He has that delivery that's different. Just it kind of takes a while to develop too, and just beat out the throw did Staborski. And now you got Reddery at the plate with 1 out, 1 on and 2 outs. The go-ahead run though is at first. Comes pitch almost. Ooh. Reddery had to duck. He would have been hitting the head. 1-0 now to count. Maybe Frank Hatchett's starting to get a little tired here. Understandably so.
Frank, come on, Frank, come on now.
Pitching in his 4th inning now in relief. That's in there for a strike. And on deck will be Crow. He's been a big part of this game tonight for the Trojans offensively and defensively. Now throw back to first. Not in time. Staborski slides in there head first.
I mean, with 2 outs, I think you got to be worried about the batter.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
He's all the way at first base. I mean, you throw it by the first baseman, he gets to second, maybe to third, and then you're really in trouble.
1-1 to count for Reddery. As now the runner's going, swing to miss. You're going to throw to second, try to get him out, and they do.
Nice throw. Nice tag by Cowie, too.
Yeah, nice throw by Bowden and nice tag by Cowie. That'll end the top half of the 11th inning. We're still knotted up at 4 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. You're listening to high school baseball on KTCBroadcasting.com and WLON 1050 AM. This broadcast is being presented by Renato Automall in Shelby.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burke, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
Yes, you can get approved at Renato Automall in Shelby. Come take a look at the 2016 Kia Souls with 0% APR financing up to 60 months. Or drive away in a new 2017 Honda Civic LEX CVT sedan for just $170 per month, or get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months. Lease the 2017 Buick Verano Sport Touring for only $199 per month. And you can lease the new 2017 GMC Terrain SLE1 for just $199 a month. Come on in for all the details. Renato Automall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
I said where I come from, it's
Back here at Lincolnton High School, now in the bottom half of the 11th inning. Still a 4-4 tie. No one has scored since the 7th inning. Lincolnton has gone almost 9 innings without a score to come across.
Way back in the 4th innings, 4 runs, and, they got off to a great start. You thought, okay, well, here we go, and it happened up until top of the 7th inning. 3 scoreless innings, a scratch across one in the 6th to make it 4-1, but still got a 3-run lead going to the 7th inning and 2 outs.
Well, now we got PA Masters leading things off. It'll be 9-1-2, so Hoover is on deck for the Wolves. Sigmund is pitching his 2nd inning now for the Trojans. It's the 3rd pitcher that has been on the mound for the Trojans. Lincolnton's only had 2, Hatchett and Cowie. 0-1 to count for Masters. Here comes the pitch. And he looks at another strike. It's now 0-2 to Masters. Now time called by Masters. Just trying to maybe get himself settled in here. He's going to have to defend the plate, Derek.
He's in a hole for sure.
And Wisely does not swing at that pitch. It's a ball. Count is now 1-2.
Need a base runner. Just need a base runner.
Any way possible. That pitch on the ground, it's now even out at 2-2. We've played for now ball for over 3 hours now, as it's been so late that the coach at North Lincoln High School, Coach Carpenter's here. 2-2 to count. That pitch is high, ball 3. It's a full count. Full count here. Masters waiting to pay off pitch here from Sigmund. Can he get on base? Anything close is going to swing, and Masters is going to try to delay it a little bit. He's going to call time as Sigmund wants a new ball. He wants a cleaner one. Maybe got a little bit too much dirt on it. A couple pitches have gotten into dirt. Hoover is on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch to Masters. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after extending the count to get it a full count, he strikes out, and now comes Lane Hoover.
All right, well, here's your guy. He has been on base an awful lot this season and tonight. And they cannot get him across here in extra innings.
This hasn't seemed to work tonight. Almost got hit.
Hit him. Hit him.
It hit him.
Hit him.
It
there
hit
you
him.
go.
Yeah, it hit him. Yeah, the umpire, it hit his left leg, and now Bandys Trojans coaches are pretty upset about this. The ump's getting a little defensive here, saying he saw it. It hit his his right leg. Since he's a left-handed batter, he's now the coaches and the ump getting into it for Bandys. Could have ourselves a little situation here. Now Devashe Odom coming up to the plate with 1 on and 1 out.
I mean, it's a long night for him too, you know, and she's ready to go home as well, you know. Been behind the plate for 11 innings.
Having to scrunch down for over 3 hours now.
Started off with a cut finger, first inning.
Yeah, it's not been the best night for this umpire. Just it didn't start out well, and it's out in the cold too. But now you got your best base runner on base. Could possibly steal here, as Sigmund is well aware of that looking back. Odom looks at his first pitch. It's a strike. And on deck for the Wolves is the power hitter, Robbie Cowie. But he hasn't had anything going for him.
Not tonight. He's
not tonight.
Struggled at the plate this evening.
Now Sigmund steps off the bag as Hoover goes back to first. Sigmund probably a little rattled with Hoover on base as he looks back before he gets ready to pitch. Now throws back to first, as Andy Patrick's got to be careful trying to get every catch you can make here. Not let the ball get past him at first, as it did earlier in the ball game in the 2nd inning. Now a little mound meeting between the catcher, pitcher, Sakar, Crow, and Sigmund. So quickly go back to their spots and get ready for the next pitch. Oh, 1 to count for Odom. He's Been a while since he's seen a pitch. Now here comes a pitch. And fouled off. 0-2 now to count for Odom. Odom had a big hit last Tuesday that sealed the deal for Lincolnton against East Lincoln in that big upset victory. Now the count is 0-2 for Odom. Here comes a pitch. It's low, but a ball.
So 1-2. No matter what, Cowie will bat this inning.
Well, we could see a double
play.
play.
Well, could see a double play, but chances are he will bat.
Hoover's got a pretty big lead at first. Crow really standing up. He's now going a high pitch. They're going to try to throw him out.
Safe.
As shortstop could not get a grip of it. And now the count is 2-2 for Odom with Hoover in scoring position.
So poke it through. He may score from second.
It's quite possible he can score from second. With the speed that Hoover has, is now Crow, knowing the situation, going to talk with Sigmund a little bit. Make sure he knows the situation and keeps calm. It's Coach Sigmund trying to give some words of encouragement to Devashe Odom.
Bottom of the 11th inning, 4-4 tie. Been that way since the 7th inning.
Sigmund looks back at second, and now a base hit. It's going to keep Hoover at bay. Odom going to try to beat out the throw, does not, and luckily for Bandys, that ground ball keeps Hoover at second base.
Yeah, hit it on the left side, and Hoover could not take off and go to third. So now you got 2 outs. Game-winning run at second. Robbie Cowie to play.
So many opportunities, right, that have been
bunch of opportunities.
Innings. Yeah.
And just have not been able to get one across and get out of here with a W.
Come on, base hit him, Robbie. Come on now.
As now Cowie trying to play hero here. He's just got to get a base hit into the outfield, and that'll probably get Hoover around. Lincolnton has gone almost 9 innings without a run across the board. Cowie gets a contact on the first pitch he sees, but it's fouled off. Cowie has been hitless tonight. Pitched a strong outing, 6 innings.
No decision.
No decision, no. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and 9 strikeouts. We're getting some more balls in here. There's been a lot of foul balls tonight, as you expect in an 11-inning game.
Come on, 1A, hit him hard. Come on now.
Sigmund patiently awaiting the next pitch, just standing still on the mound, waiting to signal from Crow. Now he's ready, looks back to second, which is uncovered. Now throws the pitch. Cowie leans for it. It's as now Hoover's going to get to third. So now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away, but Cowie is down in the count 0-2. Just trying to reach out, trying to make some contact.
Yeah,
Cowie.
not a great swing. I mean, Lane Hoover did advance to third base, but not a great swing by Cowie.
So all Cowie has to do is just get some base hit. An error, maybe
An
a
error,
pass ball.
Pass ball, wild pitch, beat it out, poke it through, anything. Game-winning run at third base, 2 out in the inning, Cowie to plate.
Second time there's been a runner at third base. Here comes the pitch, 0-2.
Cowie gets this one deep into left field. This one is over. It's
my
goodness.
We're going home. Robbie Cowie, the hero of the day for the Wolves.
Wow. Well, after all that smoke, a dramatic end to it. Cowie, home run to left field, a walk-off home run at that. Wow, we waited all night long, and Cowie jacked it up to the soccer field, and the Wolves win this thing 6-4.
Wow. Worth the wait. The Lincolnton Wolves hang on after blowing a 4-1 lead in the 7th inning. They hang on to win this one in extras after a 2-run shot from Robbie Cowie into left field. We'll be back for the Carolina Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge post-game show for our post-game awards. Wow. Right back here on KTC Broadcasting and WLON 1050 AM.
Cornbread and chicken, where I come from.
Unless the Lord builds a house, its builders labor over it in vain. This is from Psalm 127, and this is the key verse that Key Builders in Lincolnton is built on. Key Builders in Lincolnton is large enough to do what the big boys do, but small enough to be personal. Bring your own plans or visit the website at keypropertiesnc.com and take a look at theirs. They have homes for everyone. So call your local hometown builder, Key Builders, 704-735-0040, or visit their office at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincolnton. Like them on Facebook, too. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County for over 75 years. Customer service is a priority at First Federal Savings Bank, where they want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, products, and services of larger banks with hometown people that you see throughout your community. They live here, they work here, and this community matters to the people at First Federal Savings Bank. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. Stop in and visit and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
And back here at Lincolnton High School, now we have finally reached the Abernathy Chrysler Jeep Dodge postgame show.
Finally,
yes.
Wow, some 4 hours and 19 minutes into it.
Yeah, Lincoln.
3 hours and 19 minutes.
Yeah, it felt like 4 hours and 19 minutes at some points. But Lincolnton wins this one 6-4 in extra innings after a 2-run shot in the left field by Robbie Cowie.
Yeah.
Just after being silent throughout the whole game, Cowie, had a nice night pitching. Now, we'll set the stage for you here, folks that have just joined us here, that Cowie did a terrific job on the mound pitching. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 1 run came across that he allowed, and 9 strikeouts. And 9 strikeouts, that's a whopping 9 strikeouts in baseball. And only 6-minute innings, that's an amazing amount, especially for a high schooler. Only gave up that 1 run, but in the 7th inning, Frank Hatchett came in, gave up 3 runs, and we had a tie ball game, and it seemed like the game was never going to end, Derek.
And give Hatchett some credit, 4 scoreless innings after he gave up the 3 to send it to bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 4. Lincolnton goes all those innings without a run across the board, scored 4 in the 2nd and went all night long. And then finally, one swing at a bat, and Cowie, who, you knew he had that in him, but we hadn't seen it this year. He hit 9 home runs last year for Cherryville, so, you knew it was there. And, boy, came at a great time. No doubt about it. Left the bat. We knew it was going to be out of here. There was no question about it. And dramatic win in extra innings. Lincoln wins this ball game. And, again, a very important win for them tonight. They're going to be in a tie now for 3rd place and still with a chance to close out this season strong and maybe sneak into the playoffs here the next several weeks with some W's going down the stretch.
All right, now we'll go to our post-game awards. First, our Subway Sub of the game. Even though he did, he was a part of the reason that this game went into extra innings and is struggling, Frank Hatchett did shut Bandys down in extra innings, did a good job redeeming himself, and he gets our Subway Sub of the game. And, of course, our Abernathy Chevrolet player of the game going to go none other than to Robbie Cowie. Not only did he have a strong night pitching, Derek, but he also got the go-ahead shot to get out of here.
Yeah, he really did, and he pitched well last Friday night over at West Lincoln for about 3.5 innings and got roughed up. Give Dylan Smith some credit for sending him to the showers early last week, but pitched a great game tonight here in his home debut. Frank Hatchett came in, was the tough luck pitcher there for a while, but really atoned himself by pitching 4 scoreless innings and extras. And then Cowie came up and just knocked it out of the park. Lincoln gets a big win tonight, and they will improve to 6-7 overall, 5-5 in league play, and they will be in a 3-way tie for 3rd place tonight with Bunker Hill and Maiden, of which they both have a chance to play Bunker Hill next Tuesday.
Yeah,
a chance to pick up a game on Bunker Hill, and then a chance to play Maiden again in the regular season finale a couple of weeks away.
And it looks like Lincolnton, they have the possibility of getting hot at the right time.
Seem to. Yeah. They won a big game against East Lincoln on Tuesday. You weather a game like tonight that, could have gone either way, but you hung in there again. It's got to give them a lot of confidence that they can go toe-to-toe for 11 innings and still somehow sneak a win out, and they did tonight, a big home run by Cowie, and what a way to end the night, the week for Lincoln, to get 2 big wins this week and keep their postseason hopes alive.
And 2 big wins at home nonetheless. So that'll do it here, folks, for us tonight. Be sure to join us tomorrow on WLON and WCSL at 8 a.m., as we'll have Mitchum's Kitchen Sports Talk recapping everything that happened in high school baseball and throughout professional sports as well. Our next broadcast will be on Tuesday, and that'll it'll be on Thursday, and that'll be another Lincolnton game. They'll be playing Newton Conover, so it'll be another big game. Pretty much every conference game for Lincolnton now is a big game for them heading into the home stretch of the year. So that'll be your next broadcast this Thursday against Newton Conover. That'll be the next time you hear us on the radio, and that'll do it for us tonight here on WLON 1050 AM and on KTCBroadcasting.com. I'm Evan Ludwig with Derek Smith saying so long. I want to thank everyone who stayed with us tonight, and we hope to see you again soon. Good night, everyone.
Get to the Polaris Spring Sales event and hit the off-road with more money in your pocket. Financing is